Live from Berman Stadium in Algiers is Crescent City Sports Prep Football. As tonight we've got a good one in District 8 5A as the visiting John Ehret Patriots take on the Landry-Walker Chargin' Bucks. Hi again, everybody. Lenny Van Gilder, pleased to welcome Terrence Jones back to the booth, the Tulane Hall of Famer, Greater New Orleans Hall of Famer. He's in everybody's Hall of Fame. Terrence, good to have you back. And I tell you what, we brought you back for a good one here this evening between two teams that are both sitting at 3-0 atop the district. I think this, even though we're in Week 7, this is a de facto district championship game.
Well, I agree with you 100%, Lenny. Thank you for having me back again. I always love doing these high school games with you. But, yes, as you mentioned, this is not the time of year for teams to put up or shut up. You have two good teams going up against each other with history. So I'm looking for fireworks early on and often. You have two good quarterbacks here. I've got a great linebacker in Landry-Walker. So, as well as
Dante Starks. Yeah, so, a lot of people watching him tonight. He's the LSU commit, and he'll be all over the field, we imagine.
And I tell you what, this time of year, when everybody is healthy for the most part, they know it's just time to play some real football. Weather is nice. The crowd is about to get crowded here at Berman Stadium, and I'm looking for some sparks tonight.
Should be a lot of fun, indeed. These two teams took kind of similar paths to get to where we are. Okay, this is a league that is really dominated by Ehret and Landry-Walker and has been for 3 or 4 years now. The other teams in the league, Chalmette has had some nice teams. East Jefferson has improved this year, but they know that for PowerPoints and to test themselves, they've got to play a really tough non-district schedule, and that's what both of these teams did. Landry-Walker, it was a gauntlet. John Curtis, Edna Carr, Warren Easton. They went 0-3, okay? Ehret, on the other hand, that was Landry-Walker. Ehret, on the other hand, went to West Monroe for the second year in a row. Got beat Week 1. They haven't lost since. They went to Hahnville and won, and then played Destrehan in an instant classic Week 3 at Hoss Memphis. They won that game 37-35. Last team with the ball won that game kind of game, and that was one of the best games that we've had in the New Orleans area this year. Right up there with the game we had last Friday night on Crescent City Sports, that thriller between Country Day and Newman. Country Day scoring 21 in the fourth quarter to beat Newman, and it's just a classic football game, 35-31. We hope we have that kind of game here this evening. But talk about the preparation prospect. You play those non-district games get you ready not only for the district season and what you're going to face nights like tonight, but also for the postseason.
Well, to your point, you're right, Lenny. It gets you prepared for these type of games. You play those tough games early on in the season. You want to know what your team is made of early on. Now, obviously, everything is not clicking. So when you get these games where the football is not going your way, you want to see what type of team you have. Are you going to fold the tent, or are you going to fight through the adversities? Because you will have adversities early on, especially when you're playing opponents that's really, really tough. So offensively and defensively. So early on, the games that they played, John Ehret and Walker, you're going to pay dividends tonight to see if they really learn from their experiences.
Yeah. Patriots taking the field. We'll see the Chargin' Bucks in a moment. Earlier tonight, I had a chance to catch up. Brief visit with both head coaches. Let's hear first from John Ehret coach Marcus Scott, who talked about, among those things, was his pre-district schedule and getting to this point. This is, in all likelihood, a district championship type of game, the way you guys have separated yourselves along with Landry-Walker in this district. Is it hard to put that kind of significance on this game at this point in the season with it still being Week 7?
Well, it's significant because it's the next opponent. And we have a lot of respect for Landry-Walker and what they've been able to do in the past. And so whenever we have a chance to compete against one of the better teams in the state, we welcome the challenge and we look forward to it.
One of the things that both of you guys have done is really face the best of the best in this area, getting ready for district play. How do you feel like your pre-district schedule helped you to get ready for games like tonight?
Yeah, well, both sides. That's why you play some tough games in the pre-district in order to prepare for games like this. And so we expect a playoff type atmosphere, and it should be fun.
Keys to victory for your team this evening?
Blocking, tackling, and don't turn the ball over.
And here come the Chargin' Bucks. That was pretty concise out of Marcus Scott about keys to victory this evening. Fireworks going off here at Berman Stadium as Landry-Walker takes the field. And also earlier tonight, I had the chance to catch up with Emmanuel Powell, the 6th-year head coach at Landry-Walker, asking him some of those same questions about getting ready for this game this evening. Coach, you guys have dominated this league for the last 3 years, and obviously this is the game tonight that really is going to decide who is going to win this district.
You know, it does have district implications, and yes, we have did extremely well in this district, and I don't see no reason why we can't continue to do that.
Talk about this John Ehret team that you're facing tonight. Obviously, much like you, they've played a very tough pre-district schedule to get to this point, and they've gone 3-0 in the league. What have you seen from them on film?
Well, I think they're going to be a tough out. I think they have excellent players over there, and they're well coached.
As far as your team, what are your keys to victory this evening?
Just going out and execute, not shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties and turnovers, and being able to execute at the end of the day.
All right. So hearing from both head coaches, and their thoughts in terms of keys very similar, and a lot of coach speak there, Terrence, as you might expect from coaches.
Right.
Just win the turnover battle. Don't get off schedule. Those types of things you hear. But look, I think when you've got two teams like this, that's a lot of times what it comes down to. The team that makes the fewer mistakes, the team that does the things that they want to do, as opposed to having the other team exert their will, is where you're going to see the difference in a game like this tonight.
Mental errors really will be the determination in terms of who's going to extend their division as well as their position in the as they line up, as they're preparing for the playoffs. But at the same time, you got to look at who's got the most experienced team offensively as well as defensively, because you're going to rely on your older, experienced players to calm the younger players, because they will be hyped tonight.
And you look at these teams, there's a lot of seniors on both sides of the football, and juniors where there's not. So that may kind of cancel itself out. Captains meeting at the center of the field. John Ehret is the visiting team this evening. They're in all white, head to toe. White headgear, white jerseys, and white pants. Landry-Walker with the chrome headgear, and they are in all black with the blue and orange numerals there that will put us to the test this evening. Put us to the test here this evening, Terrence. No question about it. Looks like Landry-Walker has won the toss. We'll see what options are going to be executed out there. The Charging Bucks will take the football to start. So, one of the storylines going into this game, Terrence, is Landry-Walker's offense. We're going to see two quarterbacks this evening. Torrey Cargo, Jaquan Dorsey. We'll see both guys, which really, as Emmanuel Powell tried to explain it to me, it's not it's not one series here, one series here. It's really a feel thing. It'll end up being a hot hand and a guy who's playing better, and you got two quarterbacks who are certainly both capable of running the offense, and both have a similar skill set. It's not like you got a running quarterback, you got a throwing quarterback, although Dorsey's a little more prone to put it down and go than perhaps Cargo is. The colors making their way out to the center of the field as we will get set to hear the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner here from Berman Stadium in Algiers. our national anthem here in Algiers as we get set for kickoff. Terrence, what are the moments like from your days as a player? We remember what are these guys like, especially in a big game like this, right before kickoff?
Well, you got to be mindful of, because emotions will be high to start the game off, mentally prepared. Because after the first quarter is over with, Lenny, you will get a regular type of football game because all the emotions have been spent at that point. Both teams, have calmed down at that point, and you want to just play football. So early on, normally when you're talking about kids at this age, they want to extend themselves emotionally. But if they can start off the game from a mental standpoint, I think the rest of the way will be manageable. But early on, yes, it's going to be some excitement.
They were about to line up and kick right to left, and they said, no, wait, we're going the other way, guys.
Yeah.
So John Ehret's going to kick and go left to right here in the first quarter. Landry-Walker will quickly reassemble its kicking team on the other side. It'll be Chad Alexander and Dwayne Griffin, two of their best skill guys whose names you will hear quite a bit.
You also got to remember, Lenny, both of these teams got a history with each other.
Yeah, they've played it, and Landry-Walker's dominated that history
as
well.
They've
won,
right.
30-0 a year ago, 46-18 here 2 years ago, and 21-15 back in 2015. So it's it's been a series that's been dominated by the Charging Bucks over the last 3 years. So here we go. Underway. Short kick will bounce once and be handled at about the 17-yard line. Coming back this way, that's Alexander. Wow, what a tackle. Looked like by the waistline there.
One arm down.
That was a heck of a play right there by Jacoby Windman, who plays both ways. You will see him some at wide receiver. You will see him at linebacker this evening. In fact, he's going to start at linebacker for this John Ehret team. They've got a couple of guys who will go both ways. Deron Coleman plays wide receiver. Yeah. You'll also see him at DB number 2. And Windman number 4, who will be in the middle of that defense, along with the guy we talked about a little bit in the open, right there at linebacker. Watch number 1 in white, Dante Starks, the LSU commitment, who is the 7th-ranked player in Louisiana by 24/7 Sports, and deservedly so.
He looks like a player, Lenny. Well packaged together. His body, moxie, is ready and roaring to go.
So I'm not sure what that delay was about right there, but we'll get set to go. They'll put the ball down at about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
So here we go. Well, maybe not. Not quite sure what the holdup is here, unless there's a problem with
line judges are getting the markers down. Right?
Okay, it doesn't seem like that would be that big of a deal, but now we're finally going to get them stretched out. Maybe the chains were tangled. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like. I don't think they got them stretched out for about the 20 to the 30 here, but yet the ball's spotted back at the 19, so I don't think they're in the. Let's see maybe they are going to put it down about the 20-yard line. Now they're going to move it back a yard.
Wow.
At this pace, Terrence, we'll be here till about 5 a.m. We may see that we saw the sun go down. We may see it come up. So here we go with Cargo at quarterback. He's got Alexander alongside him in 4 wides. Cargo will read option. Alexander with a big hole up the middle, breaks a tackle, and gets past the 30-yard line for a quick Landry-Walker first down.
Wow.
Give him 12 on the play to the 31. And a good start here.
Really good start. Up the middle. Guard tackles control their linemen defensively. What a good start for Landry.
And both of these teams have nice-sized offensive lines. So you will see them look to run it some, although out of the spread, you'll certainly see him put it in the air as well. This is Alexander again. That time it's well defended by the Patriots. That was Javonte Jones, number 5 from his linebacker spot, stepping up, a loss of 1 on the play, and it's 2nd down and 11.
Trips to the field, Lenny.
And one thing these two teams really want to do is stay on schedule when it comes to term down and distance. You don't want to be playing, obviously, penalties to do that, but you don't want to get yourself behind the chains.
Especially early on here. Trip to the field.
Yep, Cargo will look that way, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Coming off the edge that time
that was
Earl Barquette, I believe, that got there first.
And Dante Starks helped him out.
There. Yep. And look, both of those guys we mentioned, Starks headed to LSU. Barquette, a senior, 6'4", 245's got offers from Georgia, Florida State, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, A&M, just to name a few. So
they shot the A-gaps, both of these linebackers, and Landry could not put a hat on them, and they ended up doing what they normally do, Lenny. Make sacks.
Loss of 9 on the play, and it's now 3rd down and 20, back at the 21-yard line. Opening series of the game, if you're just joining us. Landry-Walker got a first down, but that's been it. That'll be complete.
Wow.
Missed the tackle, still on his feet, still running, up near the first down marker. That looks like that might have been McGrew on the catch. Ramon McGrew, 6'4", 190 pounds. Or check that, it might have been 3. That was Dwayne Griffin on the catch, and he will get 18 of the 20. So now you got a decision to make here on 4th and 2 at the 39, and it looks like they're lining up quickly to go for it.
Great pass by Cargo. They're on the in route, square in route.
The chain, the sticks on the far side, the down marker says first. It is 4th down and 2.
Yes, you can't
and
see
we're going to get a timeout here called by Landry-Walker, and I don't know if there's –
I don't know if they can see the down marker.
Right, but it's definitely 2 yards short of the first down. The line to make is the 41-yard line, and the ball is at the 39. So we've got 2 yards to go. Timeout gives us a chance to remind you, Terrence, that our Crescent City Sports Prep Football is presented by Ye Old College Inn and Rock and Bowl. Rock and Bowl now with 2 locations on South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans and Jefferson Street in downtown Lafayette. See a full schedule of entertainment at rockandbowl.com. Tomorrow night at Rock and Bowl in New Orleans, it's Contraflow playing classic arena rock. And every Tuesday, it's the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club luncheon at noon, where the guy next to me is going to be one of your speakers next Tuesday talking about his alma mater, the Tulane Green Wave.
Yes, we're at a point right now where we got to go forward.
Big opportunity coming off a bye week. And can
yes.
Tulane go 4-2 the rest of the way and get to 6-6? SMU coming in, I know you were at that game last year. You know this is going to be – they've had this game circled for a while. All right, big play in this game early. 4th down and 2 at the 39-yard line. And now they will line up in punt formation. And a good kick away. I believe that I thought he was calling for a fair catch. Moved away from it. A friendly Landry-Walker roll will take this ball down to the 8-yard line. And that's where John Ehret will take over with 9:12 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll get our first look at the Patriot offense, led by Travis Mumphrey, the UNLV commit, who's pretty good thrower, almost 1,300 yards on the year, 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, completes about 70% of his passes.
16 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That means he does a great job with the football.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'm sure on their end, he can continue.
I called that spot wrong, not the 8, the 13-yard line. So it's a 48-yard punt. Flips the field a little bit, and that's certainly what you want to do right there. So Patriots working left to right here. And our first look at Mumphrey, that was a busted play. It looked like he thought it was going the other way, but still, John Ehret turns it into something as Damon Leonard, the junior, runs forward, gets about 8 yards on first down.
Great run by Damon.
Yeah. That was a quick adjustment there by Mumphrey, who thought Leonard was coming to the other side.
Well, that's what you get with experienced players, and Mumphrey proved right there. When things go haywire, you have to use your experience, and he did that.
Both of these teams, you'll see, work without a huddle this evening. On 2nd and 2, it's Leonard once again looking to bounce it outside, and that is well defended by a couple of Landry-Walker charging Bucks for no gain.
Great defensive play by Landry-Walker there. collapse down the middle.
And you hear, and you hear him talking about a lot of times setting the edge. Explain what defenders are doing right there, Terrence.
Well, first level, you want to get there and shut down that offensive running back, because at the beginning of that point of contact, you want to make sure that you send that example, a message to the offensive lineman as well as the running back.
Yeah. Keep them from getting outside, and you've got a lot of help when it comes to the second level back in the middle, and they did not allow him to get outside. On 3rd and 2.
Wow.
Big hole and into the secondary and a first down. It's nicely done. Leonard showing a lot of patience right there, Terrence. A lot of vision.
Again, as an experienced quarterback, he knows what he sees out there, and he's taking his time and he's reading it correctly. Run pass option here. He's doing the right.
So first down of the night for John Ehret. They'll work from the 29-yard line. Give it away once again. This is Leonard for the 4th consecutive time. Did the ball come loose?
Looked like it is.
They're going to say he was down. Come in and signal 2nd down, so no gain on the play.
Ehret is a very patient offense, and with the quarterback they have, they're willing to bust out, I'm sure, at some point.
And look, that offensive line.
They try to establish the interior lineman right now.
And that offensive line across the front, 300, 260, 280, 290, and 300. So they've got some big bodies going across that front, and they want to run behind those guys. Leonard on the year, 437 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground. 2nd and 10. Wow. Leonard gets a seam off the left side, and he will be up near the first down. We'll have to wait for the spot. Looks like he got it.
Yes, he did.
Leonard does a great job making that quick cut there.
His perception on the football field is tremendous. He got peripheral vision. His feet is always moving, and it's hard to tackle him with one arm. So they're going to have to wrap him up.
Yeah, guess what? They marked him short. Looked like they were going to say he had it. Now they've got him marked short. It's 3rd and 1, officially a gain of 9 on the play. Wait a minute. Now they moved the sticks. Now they change it. We can't go by those chains across the way.
Well, he slipped
Once
right
again,
there.
he just the turf monster got him at the 40-yard line that time.
Well, I tell you, Lenny, Ehret is determined to establish their inside running game, which will open up your outside.
You'll be able to throw. You're going to see both of these teams look to run the ball. You'll see some quarterback runs as well, but primarily look to hand it away to your running backs and look to get the ball down the field with your passing game. But both these teams will line up, with just a single back and try to spread it out. Once again, it is Leonard.
Leonard is the workhorse right now.
7 consecutive carries right there. Did you ever run it 7 consecutive times? I mean, even when you were calling your own numbers.
At some point, you have to. But Leonard is the workhorse right now. The offensive lineman doing a great job of down blocking and giving him some vision through the tunnel, as I'll call, between the guard and tackle area. And he's proven dividends every time he gets the footballs.
So third and 6. This is the first big test for this John Ehret defense. They converted a 3rd and 2 earlier, but now might be a situation where you got to put it up top. They will go in the air, and they've got the first down. Well-designed play right there. That was Jacoby Windman. We told you we saw him at linebacker. 9th catch of the year for Windman. Big guy who gets down to the Landry-Walker 46-yard line, a gain of 11 on that 3rd and 6.
Great play, great touch on the football by Travis Mumphrey right there. Sometimes you get overexcited when a guy is wide open like that. Shows experience in Mumphrey.
Yeah, and Windman a big guy. You see him line up. They're using him kind of as a slot tight end, or H-back, whatever you want to call it there. Everybody's got different terms for it. Now Leonard back on the ground, and he will get a couple on first down.
Well, they're using his peripheral vision there, Lenny, very well. They start off inside with the football, and then he sometimes roll it out on the left, on the outside tackles. Yeah. And his vision is proven to be effective here tonight.
This drive started back at the 13-yard line. They've moved it out to the 44 now, and they've taken already over 4.5 minutes off the clock.
With one pass by Mumphrey. So they're establishing a running game early.
On 2nd and 8. Give it away once again. Leonard with a seam. Breaks an arm tackle. Falls forward to about the 30-yard line, and another first down. They'll spot it at the 31, it looks like.
John Ehret between the tunnel, as I'll call it, between the guards, both guards, they're establishing themselves up the middle.
Check.
Outside is going to be there automatically by having this running attack.
Move it back at the 32-yard line, but still a first down just the same. That is 4 first downs on this opening drive for John Ehret, which has already covered 10 plays, 9 runs and 1 pass.
Exactly.
And they are eating up some clock big time right now.
Great move. Great move by Coach Scott and John Ehret.
And
timeout.
we get a timeout before that could be snapped. It is a timeout for John Ehret.
John Ehret.
3:52 remaining here in the first quarter. Crescent City Sports Prep Football presented by Yale College Inn and Rocket Bowl. College Inn, a true New Orleans farm-to-table restaurant, open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner and the home of the New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame. And speaking of New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame, Terrence, we should extend our condolences to the family of one of the great head coaches in New Orleans Prep Sports history who is in that Hall of Fame. Don Perrette, who died yesterday at the age of 88. Coach Perrette spent time at Redemptorist, spent time at Archbishop Rummel, at Archbishop Hannon. The term we hear, and of course we'll have Rummel and Jesuit here tomorrow night on Crescent City Sports. We have heard the term Raider Pride so many times. When it comes to Rummel, it was Coach Perrette who came up with the phrase Raider Pride that has lived on long after his coaching career ended. He's been away from Rummel and coaching for almost 40 years now, and it's lived on. It lives on today. Sure, it will be an emotional night tomorrow night at Joe Yenny Stadium, the memory of Coach Perrette.
Yeah.
Back to action here. That is well defended right there by the Landry-Walker Charging Bucks. Great penetration in the backfield. Looked like Trevon Stacker, number 9, that blew through there, the linebacker, senior.
It was Stacker. What a great play by him. He read it, shot through the A-gap, and thrown Leonard for a loss there.
Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down 12, ball at the 34-yard line. As Ehret has now taken 6 minutes off of the clock here at the first quarter. I mean, yeah, look, they're going without a huddle, but
still running clock.
They're letting clock run, exactly. 12th play of the drive coming up. Play action. Mumphrey's going to run with it, try to get the edge, and he's not going to get there. That was well defended that time. Trying to get a block on the edge, but it was Robert Mitchell, number 17, who didn't let that block get down. Ron Coleman was trying to get a block and allow him to get around the edge, and Mitchell didn't allow that to happen, and he really blew that play up.
He surely did.
3rd down and 14. And look, this is 4-down territory right here, Terrence. You're not going to try the clock right now. You're not going to try a field goal.
Exactly.
And
the interior running game is proven positive dividend for them, so why not?
So let's see. They will give it away on 3rd and 13 and tripped up in the backfield, but falling forward is Leonard. He's going to get about 3 on the play, so it's going to be 4th down and 11 at the 33, and you would expect Marcus Scott to go for it right here.
Yes.
Although he could try to pin him back, punt and play defense right here. Yes. Your offense has done a great job moving the ball down the field, stalling out here, or you take a shot. Let's see what happens.
John Ehret's defense has been playing well against Landry-Walker's offense, so you're taking a shot right here early on in the game. You're also sending a message to your team. You have confidence in your ability as offensive.
Now, it looks like they're going to go for it. Once again, 4 receivers and the 1 back alongside Mumphrey. He will look to throw the pass.
Wow.
That's the slant underneath. Caught and very close to the first down. It's all about the spot, and he got it.
It's a broken coverage by, looked like broken coverage by Walker. Slip screen underneath to the strong side of the field. Great play, great throw by Mumphrey.
And that was Jaquan Townsend, the sophomore, on the catch. They are going to move the chains. It's a 1st down. They'll put it down at the 22-yard line, a gain of 11.
Wow. Great call, great confidence built there by Coach Scott, John Ehret.
At the 22-yard line.
Again.
Well, Leonard again. He is just been a workhorse on this opening drive.
They see something in the interior alignment there, Lenny, and it's working. Well, not only they see something, that's John Ehret, who they are.
Right.
Interior running, which open up the outside part of their offense. With an experienced quarterback such as Mumphrey, you can do things like that.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down 7, ball at the 19-yard line. Let me double-check my math here. This is the 16th play of the drive, and 12 of them have been runs by Leonard. This time on the toss, this is a little something different. See if they can get to the edge.
Great play by Travis Compton there.
Mitchell had a hand on him, but he still kept those legs moving and churned forward to about the 14-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play, and it's 3rd and 2. Now I promise you never carried the ball 13 times on one drive. First of all, you were so good, it wouldn't have taken you 13 plays to get the ball in the end zone yourself.
Coach Scott is being smart about this opening drive, and he's eating up clock and utilizing the interior game.
We are inside a minute here in the first quarter. From the pistol, Leonard, and they came off the edge that time, and Landry-Walker, a great job of defending, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, that was smart on Landry-Walker's part. Right down at the end there, right now called run a blitz there, and Ehret was not ready for that blitz on the end.
So it's 4th and 5 at the 17-yard line. The line to get is the 12. '18th play of this drive. Is that my
18th play? Humphreys is talking smack over here.
And they're going to let the quarter run out right here. Look, this is like a free timeout right here to think about. That's going to be the end of a fast-moving
John Ehret
first quarter. John Ehret has had the ball for 9 minutes and 12 seconds. When we come back for the start of the second quarter, they'll play 4th and 5 at the 17-yard line. 1 quarter in the books. No score from Berman. You are watching high school football from Crescent City Sports. Get set to start the second quarter, and Terrence, this has been an extraordinary opening drive for John Ehret, but if they're going to turn this into something other than a long drive, they've got to convert here on 4th and 5.
They have to. And with experienced quarterbacks such as Travis Mumphrey, they're confident at this point.
This will be the 18th play on this drive that started back at the 13-yard line. Mumphrey will look to throw. Now he'll look to scramble. Now he'll fire into the end zone. It is knocked away.
Great play.
That was intended for Jacoby Windman, but knocked away by the Charging Bucks, and they will take over after that stop.
Lenny, that's a great play by a defensive back there by Landry. Mumphrey tried to put a little baby on that toss, but sometimes you need to zip it in there. And that time he tried to put just a little bit too much baby on it, and it hung in the air for a while. Gave the defensive back an opportunity to recover.
So Landry-Walker at the 17 takes over offensively. Been a while since we've seen this Landry-Walker offense.
Yes.
They made one quick first down, and then after a stop, they had to punt it away. This is bounced outside by Chad Alexander, who will get about a yard on a play. It'll be 2nd and 9. We didn't get a chance to really talk much about Alexander in our opening drive. He's a New Mexico commitment. He's got 9 touchdowns rushing on the year, over 600 yards rushing, averages about 8 yards every time he touches the football.
So he's no slouch. So obviously he got some moxie with him as well. Numbers proves it.
Still Cargo at quarterback.
Wow.
Coming off the edge. And he just could not get there. Now Cargo will look to run right back where it was, and it's thrown back across his body and caught.
Great play by Cargo. Great play by Cargo.
And that was Sebastian Miller on the catch, and that'll move the chains, a first down. And I guess that's Terrence, talk about it as talk about what your quarterback is thinking right there when he sees that blitz and he's got to move.
Great quarterbacks at the last moment can see defenders in their face. You still got to look downfield, but if you're able to sidestep, that's what he did.
From the 29, we'll give it away. This is Alexander on the carry. About a yard, and that's going to be it.
John Ehret is sending blitzers every play here now. They're forcing Cargo to make a decision early on. But I can't stress enough early for a young man to make that type of decision. That last play, Lenny, he have great peripheral vision and marks up good quarterbacks. Always, that's one mark of guys who can do that.
Well, give him about a yard. 2nd down and 9 at the 30-yard line. Works from a deep shotgun now. About 7 yards deep.
Whoa.
And looks like the wide receiver had a different snap count there. And it's going to be the first time we're seeing a flag the entire night.
He got excited. He must be going to get that ball on that play.
The wide receiver on the far side,
probably was his play.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and 14. Put it back at the 25-yard line. And that's the one thing, probably the first and foremost thing you want to avoid is having to play behind the chains here.
So far, though, so good in terms of those other areas.
Cargo will step up, look to take a shot downfield. He overthrew his receiver. That was Dwayne Griffin. He's averaging 20 yards a catch on the season, 21 catches for 420 yards.
Well, Cargo trying to get it over Jacoby Windman's head. And again, sometimes you got to be accurate with it. Sometimes you got to put some baby on it. But again, you're trying to throw through one of the best players on defense in Jacoby.
Let's see what the Patriots have dialed up defensively here on 3rd and 14. What would seem to be a clear passing situation. Do you at this point send? They'll come from the edges, gets it away. The catch is made. That was Griffin on the catch, but it looks like it's going to be short of the first down by about 3 yards.
He's going to be short. Great call, great play by Tony Cargo. Torrey Cargo.
So put it down at the 36-yard line. 4th down and 3, and Landry-Walker is going to send the punting unit out. So the first 2 Landry-Walker drives, we've seen them get a first down and get themselves behind the chains where they've been tested a little bit, and then make a play on 3rd down, but it's still not enough for a first.
Started off early on, both teams establishing the interior running game, which John Ehret has been productive doing so. It's a defensive struggle.
From the 36, they will punt it away, and we got a flag. Let's see. Delay a game.
Well, if anything, Ehret should get good field position here, Lenny.
Well, we thought so last time as well. They punted for around this territory, and that Landry-Walker got off a good punt, pinned Ehret back inside their 15-yard line, which
Darren Coleman is waiting for the punt. Let's see if he feels this one.
Yeah, you can't. That's the one thing as a punt returner, you want to make sure you catch the ball. Coming off the edge, they couldn't get there, but it's not a very good kick, and John Ehret is going to get field position, even though it was a good Landry-Walker bounce. This will roll dead just short of midfield. So the pressure off the edge, I think, made the difference there, even though the rusher did not get home and block the kick.
He could not extend his leg and follow through because of the pressure on the edge, which prompted him to have a sharp kick there.
So give John Ehret the football on the plus side of the 50 at the 49-yard line of Landry-Walker. Again, you're just joining us, the opening drive, they went 70 yards, 18 plays, and came up empty. They converted one fourth down, could not convert the second fourth down on a pass into the end zone.
Let's see if Ehret right here would get creative. Great
Yeah,
time for a shot.
Well, you would think, especially with a shorter field now to work from. They will give it away. Once again, that's Damon Leonard, who's been a workhorse in 15 minutes of football here.
And Ehret is true to their running game this year. Once again on the ground. Great play by the guards. The massive offensive lineman, as you mentioned, Lenny, earlier.
Right. Look, we're one play into the second drive, and Leonard has carried it 15 times already.
Wow. He is the workhorse.
2nd and 6, ball at the 45. Play action, taking a shot down the field, open, and he dropped the football.
This is what happens when you establish the interior running game, and he opens up the outside, not only from a run-pass option standpoint, but second level for a quarterback such as Humphrey. But at this point, what a great play by Humphrey. Good dive fake, and the receiver just dropped the football. Good pass. Good pass by
that was Coleman out
Humphrey
there
as well.
Yeah, he put it right in Coleman's hands, and he just could not come up with the football. So 3rd and 6 now at the 45. Conversion down here for the Patriots. And again, it could be in 4-down territory.
Yes.
I wouldn't rule. You don't take the run off the table right here.
Exactly. Walker
So we will.
And they're coming.
Here they come.
Good
Pass is short of the sticks, but a nice job. A catch and run gets down inside the 30-yard line. That was Jordan Pickney, who leads this team with 8 touchdown catches. Did he fumble a football at the end of the play? Apparently he did, and Landry-Walker has it.
What a great throw by Humphrey to the wide side of the football field. I can see why he's up there in terms of recruiting. Great arm strength there. Wide side out is hard to throw on the high school level. Now receivers got to hold the football.
Yeah, exactly. Had the first down, a great play, a great catch and run, but just couldn't hang on to it all the way to the end. And now Landry-Walker takes over at the 27-yard line with 7:50 remaining here in the second quarter of a scoreless game.
Wow.
Taking a shot down the field and almost intercepted. That was Kane Williams, the sophomore, who Marcus Scott talked a lot about to us
we got a player down
pregame, and we got an injured player back at about the 17-yard line, and it looks like it's a visiting player.
Yeah. On that play, Torrey just threw the football almost in coverage that time, and
thought he had a man for a minute, but I think Ehret did a nice job of disguising things there. And
I didn't see that injury during the play.
I don't know, something perhaps based on where it is, it's got probably one of the pass rushers coming off the edge. Is that Dante Starks?
It appears.
We'll wait and see. We don't want to speculate by any means, but a lot of folks around him at the 17-yard line. But if that's Starks, I'm sure there's a lot of
players taking
concerned LSU Tiger fans right there. I think he's holding is he holding his back there, Terrence? Like maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes these freak injuries, when you're playing hard, happens.
So Starks is out of there now. They'll have to substitute for him.
45 is out, in and out. 30 is in and is.
Yeah, we're seeing number 30. That is Jonah Mitchell, who's listed as a DB, but they interchange a lot of parts out there. It's a very athletic defense.
Broken play here.
I'm not sure what was going on there. Nearly intercepted. That is going to go incomplete instead. But
again, read pass option offense. You have to be determined in terms of what you're going to do, because the play runs so fast.
They call intentional grounding, I believe.
There were,
or maybe an eligible. Was it an eligible man downfield? Ineligible downfield. Check that. Okay. So I'm not sure I take this right here, Terrence. I might take 3rd and 10 instead of 2nd and 15, but it looks like they're moving back.
Yes.
So, well, now they're not. Well, Marcus Scott must be watching our broadcast down there.
Right.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 at the 27-yard line. I think at this point I'd rather not give them another chance.
Exactly.
Too many of these teams can make big plays. That I think you want to take the down wherever the opportunity presents itself.
Trips to the field here.
Bottom of your screen.
Standing zone.
And we had movement on the left side. That is the second time tonight that wide receiver at the top of your screen has jumped the snap count.
That number. Wow.
Not sure if that might be Ramon McGrew, number 8 there. It's 3s and the 8s are hard to tell apart in these numbers.
Now let's see if they stay with the same play that they called previously with.
Again, they're lining up in the same formation, Terrence. Yeah. They've got 3 wide receivers to the bottom as you look at it, and 1 to the top. And the sidecar, Alexander's alongside Cargo, who will look this way.
Wow.
And it is bobbled and dropped. You worry when that ball pops up in the air with those defenders crashing in that could end up with something you might have.
Safe call there by Powell. Slip screen underneath the strong side. But at the same time, John Ehret was all over that one.
So it's going to be 4th down and 15. So the Ehret defense, after the sudden change there, that's what you want out of your defense. They get the stop. Correct. And with the ball at the 22-yard line, you'd like to think the Patriots going to end up with pretty decent field position again here.
See if Coleman feels this one.
Snuck up a little bit this time. Up the middle, and that punt is blocked.
Wow.
And because it was behind the line of scrimmage, they're able to advance it, and they'll get it out to about the 26-yard line, but not a first down.
Great field positioning.
That's a heads-up play by that up back right there.
It really was.
That's 48 perhaps. That's if it is, that's Isaiah Thomas, a linebacker, if that's who it was. That's a heads-up play in that situation, but still the Patriots are going to take over with great field position at the 26-yard line. They fumbled it at the 27, so now they actually pick up a yard in the whole exchange right there as they take over with 7:16 left in the first quarter. Basically, this entire second quarter has been played on the Landry-Walker side of the 50-yard line.
Trips to the field.
Yeah. And the back that way as well.
Yes.
Give it away. And that's well defended there, as it looks like the Landry-Walker defense, Terrence, is perhaps making some adjustments to accounting for Damon Leonard.
Formation-wise, they put a strong side formation to the field and run it off-tackle weak side because the interior running game is so well, they can call those type of interior running plays to the weak side of the defense.
Second down 11. Play action, slant, caught, on his feet, and into the end zone for a touchdown is Jacoby Windman. 27 yards on the catch and run by Windman on the pass from Mumphrey, and John Ehret strikes first.
Great play, great read by Travis Mumphrey. Read pass option, and he read the outside defender, and Mumphrey come underneath. Widman, came underneath for a slip screen, and he was wide open. And Mumphrey was right on the money.
Broke a tackle as well. Widman's a big guy, 6'2", 220
big
pounds.
Target.
He's a senior. Extra point try coming. This is Coleman to kick it, and it is good. So with 6:33 left here in the first half, John Ehret strikes first. It is John Ehret 7 and Landry-Walker nothing. Crescent City Sports Prep Football brought to you by Gilsbar, for more than half a century offering services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines, and headquartered on the North Shore. To learn more on how Gilsbar can help your business, visit gilsbar.com. It was huge, Terrence, that John Ehret capitalized off of that situation. They had the short field, turned it over, got the block punt, got another short field, and that time they were able to capitalize.
You can't do that for experienced teams, especially when you have a guy with the gun such as Mumphrey. You can't do that constantly. Eventually, that'll catch up to you. And again, it proved dividends for John Ehret. Great play by Mumphrey. Great catch by Wyndham.
2 plays, 26 yards, just took 43 seconds in contrast to that 9-minute, 20-second drive we saw that came up empty at the start of the game.
But they're wearing John Ehret's, L.B. Landry's.
Landry-Walker.
I'm sorry.
You played when it was still L.B. Landry and O. Perry
They're
Walker.
wearing the interior defensive lineman down.
This is all new to all of us. This is 6 years since the merger. Emmanuel Powell's been the head coach for all 6 years. Of course, the highlight from a football standpoint was that state championship in 2016. Back to about the 7-yard line, looking for a seam, and not much to. Wow. Now he breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. Gets to about the 25-yard line.
Great return.
That was, believe that was Griffin on the return to about the 25-yard line, although he worked very hard for all of that.
Very hard for that. Surprised he didn't fumble. There's a lot of hands going on in there.
So it's 6:20 left here in the first half. Landry-Walker takes over the ball at the 25-yard line. By the way, a couple of or maybe the biggest star of that 2016 team, Keaton Thompson, in attendance this evening, the quarterback for the Charging Bucks. He's now at Mississippi State. The Bulldogs off this weekend. They will be in Baton Rouge next Saturday night to take on LSU. And we've got a stoppage. It's an official timeout.
Good for the young quarterback to come back to give some motivation to his former teammates.
Chance to see a big game, chance to get back home on a bye week. And the way the schedule is these days, you only get one of them
a year.
And one a season. So they're back out here, supporting their teammates. He's got one of his former teammates here, Devontae Jason, who's also on that Mississippi State team. He signed last year, just got in school in January up there. So, and look, you would think that this is going to be Thompson's team in Starkville come next year. Nick Fitzgerald, has done a great job. I mean, led that huge win over Auburn last week. Of course, they got to go to Baton Rouge next Saturday. New head coach in Starkville, and Joe Moorhead, the former Penn State assistant, taking Dan Mullen's place. And Dan Mullen showing once again that he has LSU's number after last Saturday night.
Exactly. Interesting game coming up.
So the team's back over to their benches. Does it look like, is this all about getting chains situated again? It looks like we might have a problem over there. I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know if the students with the chain or actually it is students. They need one of these chains to be standing upright.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're apparent. I don't know if it's a situation where it's not stretching out fully, and they're trying to fix that. Exactly what's going on. Looks like one of them is laying down right now while they try to deal with it.
That coach,
the officials
Coach Powell coming on the field. Sorry, Coach Scott.
Could be talking to the officials. If there is a problem, now they have to decide how to deal with it. Perhaps the chains are broken. I'm not sure. It looks like. Again, the chains are always on the far side of the field from the press box,
so we don't get
tonight. So. We don't get a good look at that. Yeah, now perhaps it's some. I don't know if these are provided by the home team or they're provided by the stadium, but perhaps it's someone from the stadium out there to take a look and see if.
Like they bring a neutral party in to hold the.
Try to solve exactly what the problem is out there. So. Yeah, the pace of this game has been brisk. That's about the only thing that slowed it down is the chain issue we had early and the chain issue we're having right here.
And Lenny, let's speak about the running game of John Ehret early on here. They've been coming in the game to establish themselves as who they are. They run the football, have an experienced quarterback in Mumphrey, 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So that goes to show you that they're confident in his ability. Not only that, they're confident in that massive offensive line they have.
No doubt. Gives us a chance to remind you while they work on the change, the Crescent City Sports Prep Football is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 35 years, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. Our thanks to Larry Gibbs. Our thanks to all of our sponsors who help make high school football here on Crescent City Sports. And high school sports, for that matter, all of our live streaming that we bring you throughout the year, very possible. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed a lot. There's only been one score in this football game. We just had it, John Ehret, a moment ago, the 27-yard pass from the quarterback Travis Mumphrey to his receiver Jacoby Windman. That came 2 plays after a block punt set up the Patriots in good field position. The entire second quarter has been played on the Landry-Walker side of the 50-yard line. John Ehret had a 9-minute drive, 9-minute 20-second drive that took 18 plays to start this game. They came up empty, but that has really kind of changed the, I don't know, the momentum of this game or maybe the flow of this game, and that they've really kind of established their will, Terrence, in terms of how they're playing on both offense and defense.
It goes to show you, also you got to look at field position. John Ehret has been playing on the short side of the field in their favor for quite a time now here in the game. And they've been able to use the experience in terms of the running game to their advantage, utilizing Mumphrey's ability, throwing ability, and his ability also to read the run-pass option very, very well. And he's been effective tonight in doing so.
If you're Landry-Walker, obviously you look to make halftime adjustments. But is there a is there something you can almost use this as a mini halftime right now to try to try to see some things and try to fix some things going on? Because one of the things I would imagine after that 18-play opening drive, they really haven't gotten a lot of rest for their defense out there. They haven't been able to sustain a drive offensively, and that's something that they need to do clearly.
Well, their first series they did well in terms of the running game, established the interior running game, which is, again, the tunnel, which is between the guards and the center. Once you establish that right inside the interior line and the tackle, once you establish that area on the offensive line, you can do things on the outside, which is John Ehret has done. Landry, on the other hand, they have to sustain themselves with a few drives. I think once they start doing that, they can gain some confidence again, which they lacked at this point. But I think once they get themselves back together in their running game, I think everything will fall into place for them. And they probably start moving the football. That's all they need. Move the chains a couple times, get some first downs, get some confidence in the offensive linemen, and things start falling into place for them.
Checking in on some of the other games that are going on around our area on our scoreboard. Check all the scores out on our All-State Sugar Bowl scoreboard at CrescentCitySports.com. How about Franklinton on the road tonight, leading Neville 20-14 second quarter. Obviously a non-district game there. Bye week in district play for both of those schools. West St. John, they got some talent, defending 1A state champions at Covenant Christian this evening, leading 19-6 second quarter there. Second quarter, Newman leads Riverside 21-7. That's a pretty strong bounce back for Nelson Stewart's club. You wondered how they would respond after a heartbreaking defeat. They were up 17 going into the fourth quarter last week, and Country Day scored the last 21 in that one.
Wow. Heartbreaking there.
St. Charles Catholic leading Donaldsonville 14-0 second quarter. Lutcher, your alma mater, leading St. Michael 14-0 second quarter at the Dog Yard this evening.
Great. We need that one. Here we go. Great.
This will be a quarterback run and about 6 on first down, it looks like. That is the new quarterback in the game. We told you we'd see both guys tonight. That is Jaquan Dorsey, who kept that one for 6. Make it 7 on the play. Give him the 7th yard, and it's second down 3 at the 32. Dorsey and Cargo, similar skill sets, but Dorsey's more inclined to want to put the football down and go. And he goes here. 40, 45, up near midfield, and he stood up there. But Dorsey perhaps injecting a little something, and that's, as I said before the game, that Coach Powell felt like it was more of a feel situation. This was not 2 drives here, 2 drives there. It was really all about feel and maybe trying to, change momentum and do some things differently. And clearly, so far, Dorsey has been able to do that. They'll go quickly here.
Great play by Dorsey. Great read.
And they'll go empty as well.
Empty backfield.
5 wides. Dorsey will put it down and go and get up near past the 45 to about the 44. You look to the near side here, a little pump fake, and That's one of the things you tried to get a feel for what these quarterbacks do differently, Terrence. And Cargo is more likely to go through progressions and look to throw. Dorsey's got maybe one quick look, and if he doesn't see it there, he's got a lot of confidence in his legs, and he's going to use them. He's run for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Both of them are dual-threat guys, and you never know what you're going to get with dual-threat quarterbacks because they have the ability to do both. And right now, Dorsey is moving the football, which they need. Move the change of the field here.
Drop back. Now he's off again. Now he's scrambling like he might throw. Does throw. Caught. Inside the 20. Still on his feet. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Dwayne Griffin. 44 yards. And just like that, Landry-Walker answers.
Once again, when you set the tone with a different player, different style, you can bring something different to the defense. Now they have something else to playing for now defensively. Dorsey came in, proved the interior running game by himself. Moved the chain. Offensive lineman got confidence. Great play by Griffin on a catch and run.
Point after try is no good. It's wide left, and that could be big in this game. Remember that. 4 plays, 75 yards. It took a minute and 54 seconds off the clock there. The 44-yard catch and run by Dwayne Griffin, and Jaquan Dorsey has lit a fire in this Landry-Walker offense that really didn't do much on 3 drives with Cargo behind center.
Well, great move by Coach Scott there. Anytime you get a chance to go into the game and change it up a bit, you give the defensive team something else to look at. And Dorsey came in determined, and he proved dividends towards the end there with the score. Great toss and catch by Dwayne Griffin. And he took it to the house, broke several tackles. New ball game now, Ken.
Griffin can move. Griffin came in 21 catches, 420 yards, 4 touchdowns. So he averaged about 20 yards, in fact, exactly 20 yards every time he touched the football. So he's an explosive guy. You got an explosive guy at quarterback. Now all of a sudden with his running ability, it's kind of changed the tone a little bit for what John Ehret wants to see out there. When you could settle into something, and now while there is a similar skill set, it does provide a change of pace.
Ehret won't be as quick to blitz now. They will have to account for Dorsey. So we'll see how it plays out towards as we go.
The kickoff. Back to about the 14-yard line, and here comes the return. And a big hole, and this could go the distance. And a big play by the kicker. And the ball came out at the end of the play. Let's see who ended up with it.
And he may be down. He might be down.
That was Brandon James on the return. We'll get another look at the end of this play as he is in the clear. The only guy to beat is the kicker, and the kicker provides a huge hit right at the 40-yard line. He fumbles the football, and Landry-Walker comes away with it.
Great play by the kicker. Hopefully he's okay. And the kicker, he didn't move much, Lenny. Looked like the runner ran in towards him.
I believe that was Rene Oubre, who's also the center on this team. Okay, he's a kicker. It could be uncommon at the public school level, and you end up seeing offensive linemen kicking. He really got lit up on that play. You're right. You're glad he's okay. And Landry-Walker is going to get the football at the 34-yard line. So they're going to send the offense back out on the field with 4:06.
What a great run by James. They just needed to hold on to the football. And he probably was surprised.
And what we've seen here, Terrence, in the last 5 plays is just a total change on momentum in this game.
Exactly. Yeah. And it goes to show you how when that happens, Lenny, now your team is confident and they can move the football and they can believe in themselves now. Great move by the coach of Landry-Walker.
So John Ehret's still with a 1-point lead, but they give the ball away for the second time tonight. This is a pass. This could be a double pass,
Wow.
and it's well defended right
open.
there. There was nobody in the secondary, as that was well defended right there by the Patriots. They realized what was coming. They had 3 wide receivers set up in a triangle to the near side, and
I would tell you he would still be running had he not been able to, had he was able to get the pass off.
so it'll go as a loss of 5 to McGrew, who is about ready to let that one fly
Yes.
right there. Second down 15 at the 29-yard line, and well defended right there by the Patriots,
Really
snuffing
was.
out that play. And this will be a keeper by the quarterback,
Oh, wow.
Dorsey, and the ball comes out, but it's going to roll out of bounds, and that's a huge break for Landry-Walker
Really
right there.
is. Really is.
If that's a couple of yards further in the field to play, that might have been a scoop and score right there.
Exactly. It appears each time there's an empty backfield, Dorsey will run the football.
No doubt.
And John Ehret needs to account for that with his athleticism.
Let's
And
see where they're going to
linebackers.
spot this football. They're going to put it down at the 35-yard line, a gain of 6. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 at the 30. Or check. Let's see. Are they moving it back?
Yes, look like.
We had a penalty on the play, I believe. They move this all the way back now to the 24-yard line, it looks like. So it's. They count. I believe they counted the play. I'm not, Terrence. I'll be honest. I'm not sure what just happened.
Well, was a flag. We didn't see a flag, but referee motion as such.
Yeah.
Blitz off the edge there.
And they're going to try and run him out of the pocket. Gets outside, throws it up, incomplete. It is second. It was second down on the play.
Yes.
So it was an
Second
ordinary
down
penalty that took
Forever.
away.
Second and forever. I don't know whatever penalty was, Lenny. It was
Yeah, it was just a 5. It was probably just a 5-yard penalty there.
significant.
Yeah, but it was because the play started at the 29-yard line. They backed it up. Now they've got the football at the 26-yard line.
Wow.
So I'm not sure again if he kept the football there or maybe he did run with it. He ran it forward for 2. Maybe threw it. Maybe ran it before he stepped out of bounds. Ball now at the 26, where it's 3rd down and 18.
3rd down and 18.
Need the 44. They've got a little bit of pressure. Dorsey's looking to throw it. Will let it fly, and it's caught.
Great
First
play.
down. That's what Dorsey
Again.
brings, is that ability to extend plays with his feet right there
Once
and
again.
allow his man to get wide open. And that was Ramon McGrew, number 8, I believe, on the catch. At the
Ramon
41-yard line, they needed 18. They got 33.
When you fall asleep, when you have a running quarterback like that, defensive backs, the play is not over until the whistle is blown.
Quarterback will keep it this time. They ran a little read option, actually operated with a back in the backfield
Exactly.
that time. That was Alexander back there,
Little
but he'll
formation
keep it for a gain of 4.
Every now and again, you throw a wrinkle in there. They've been running the football up the middle with Dorsey since he's been in the football game. Now they got it back to his strong side.
Give it away this time to Alexander. A little bit of room to run. It's going to be up near the first down marker, and I think he's got it.
That's what Dorsey gives you. The ability now, the defense got to account for him. Now they can run their running game up through the tunnel.
Right.
now.
Cargo can put it down and go, but he doesn't do it a lot. But Dorsey, you talk about having to defend that 11th guy out there.
Exactly.
That makes it much more difficult for any defense, not just the John Ehret defense.
Correct.
From the 31. Charging Bucks on the move. Dorsey running left on his feet. 15, spins down to about the 10-yard line. Put him down at the 9. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, he dropped back, and the defenders was covering the receivers as obviously, but with all the green in front of him, Lenny, he made a conscious decision to run the football.
Well, and one thing, we saw this earlier, okay? you go look to run in the direction of where that late blitzer's coming from, because in theory he's vacating a spot on the field.
As well. Caved him in with the block with a running back, and there's nothing in the middle for him to beware of.
1st and goal at the 9. Give it away, Alexander. Ehret looked like they had it well defended, but a nice cut there by the little running back who gets it down to about the 8-yard line, and a timeout with 37 seconds left here in the half.
Great stop there by Landry-Walker, defensive lineman for Ehret. Well, I'll tell you, Lenny, Jaquan Dorsey came in this game now. It's a new ball game for Landry-Walker's offense.
No doubt.
And now they have the feeling, the tone is set. Players are confident. You can tell their body language as such. Now they believe in themselves. Early on, it appears Cargo was just thinking about it. And Dorsey comes in the game.
Right.
They went little spark.
First drive, 75 yards, 4 plays for a touchdown. After they forced the fumble on the kickoff return, started at the 34, and they've gone all the way now to the 9-yard line. So they've moved it another 57 yards. Actually got moved back 5 for a penalty. So they've moved it 62 yards with their offense here. So that's 137 yards in 2 drives from the Landry-Walker offense, where they did nothing of the sort before. They had.
Goes to show you how that one player can spark the whole offensive unit and the team actually overall. Now the defense is going to be playing inspired football as well. Landry-Walker will.
Checking the math here to see exactly what they did offensively before. It looks like 44 yards on the first 3 series and 138 since then. So 2nd and goal, 4 wides. Alexander will get the fake, and the quarterback will keep it. He lost the ball.
Wow.
Looks like John Ehret came away with it. The white shirts are pointing that way. They're headed off the field, and they've got the football. What a huge play right there by the Patriot defense to come away with a much-needed defensive stop late in the half.
Might be a play of the game right there, Lenny. I will tell you, from a tone-setting standpoint, that really was a great play by John Ehret's defense.
And it was Dante Starks back in the game who forced the fumble. And a much-needed play right there. And John Ehret will take over with 25.4 seconds left here at the 6-yard line.
Yes.
And I got to believe here for Mark, if you're Marcus Scott here, you just got to take a knee and take it into the house with a 1-point lead at halftime. Kind of reset things. You had all the momentum, and really things have kind of flipped around. You probably picked up a little bit of something there.
Exactly. No, man, they should not try to get
he's standing in the end zone. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're standing on the end line. They're going to let this fly. Throws incomplete. And I tell you what, Terrence Mumphrey threw that pass, and Jordan Pickney might have been running free in the secondary right there if he's able to time up with that play.
Exactly.
It was about a yard out in front of him.
If he came out his cut really fast, I think the timing would have been great.
19.6 left here in the half. Give it away this time.
Wow, up the middle again.
And there's Leonard on the carry. Out near the first down marker. Will be probably just short, and they may just let this thing run out now. It'll be a gain of 9 and a whistle. Nope, and that will do it for the first half.
Wow.
And a very entertaining first half it was. We saw really John Ehret have all the momentum for the first 18 minutes of this half. Really, they couldn't capitalize until midway through the second quarter. But then it flipped when Landry-Walker changed quarterbacks. Jaquan Dorsey got that Charging Bucks offense going. They got a quick touchdown, got the ball back on a turnover, went back down the field, but a late forced fumble by Dante Starks stopped that drive and preserved this 1-point lead heading into the locker room.
Two contrasts there. Jaquan Dorsey came in and gave a spark. Down on the goal line there, Glenny going in for the score. He has to cover that football up with 2 hands. A lot of hands down up in there. And who will make this play for John Ehret? Their All-American Dante Starks linebacker. So this game is not over. First half was good. Started off slow, ended up fast. Looking for sparks in the next second half.
Should be a lot of fun. We'll We're going to take a break. We're listening to some bands a little bit here, and then we'll come back. We'll update you on some halftime numbers, take you through the scores, a little more analysis, and get you set for the start of the second half. Halftime here in Algiers. It's been a good one so far. John Ehret 7 and Landry-Walker 6. Back after this, you're listening and watching high school football at Crescent City Sports.
I have one question for you. Are you ready to party? Because the party has come to you. With style and grace, the superstar, Crazy, But then we gotta get down to the sounds of, you know, I ain't scared. Let's go, man. Let's break it down for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, give it up for the John Owen Patriots marching band. Let's give them a round of applause. Mic check, 1, 2. No place like home. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to experience the most exhilarating, the most exciting, the most entertaining? That is the Marching Band of America, the #1 ranked Showtime Marching Band in the land. Give it up for the Landry-Walker Charger Buccaneer Marching Band. The band is being led by drum major Lorenz, Too Saucy, Jones. Show him some love. All the way back. Let it know. The Landry-Walker Charger Buccaneer Marching Band is under the direction of the maestro, Mr. Wilbur Wallace Jr. Often imitated, never duplicated. Even with a copy machine, it still couldn't be replicated. Landry-Walker's slippery, America's finest high school marching band. The band will now dial you to precision drill to bar some wins under pressure. Squad will now gather you with a precision drill to Michael Jackson. 2 and 2. Pretty ain't bad. the Landry-Walker band. Trying to find some love tonight. Is anybody in the building to help him out? Kiki, if you're in the building, we just want you to know you got the Landry-Walker band in that building. Ladies and gentlemen, Landry-Walker band in my building.
Hope you enjoyed some band performances there at halftime. Let's take a look at the first half numbers. And, Terrence, as you look at him, you're going to see Landry-Walker with an edge, and that's really because they put together two really good drives there at the end of the half to kind of sway the numbers in their favor. John Ehret has worked a lot with short fields because of a shank punt, a block punt that gave them some short fields to work from. And, the other opportunity they had, they fumbled away on that kickoff. They popped a big play. So there's been some hidden yards, if you will, for John Ehret as well in there that would, suggest you look at those stats and see Landry-Walker with more yards and John Ehret with 2 turnovers to Landry-Walker's 1, and think on the scoreboard Landry-Walker's got to be winning this football game when actually John Ehret's up by a point.
Well, and again, both coaches were talking about mental errors early on in the game before the game started, and that's going to determine where each team will be at least midway through the game. And it's proven to be factual that if you turn the football over, it won't end up being the best thing for you. On the other hand, you have Landry-Walker, Jaquan Dorsey coming in the football game and giving John Ehret's defense something else to worry about. Before then, when Cargo was into the game, John Ehret just rearing back and coming with blitzes off the edge. Now, with Jaquan Dorsey, you now have to think twice about blitzing your defensive ends and your defensive backs in the backfield as well, because now you got a quarterback who's a dual threat. Both of those guys are, but you got Jaquan Dorsey who's more apt to use his legs as opposed to throwing the football. So now, fresh football game, fresh half about to start. Now, I will say this. I'm sure John Ehret defense will be making some adjustments as it relates to Jaquan Dorsey. Let's see how Landry-Walker's offense come out and prepare for the second half.
Be interesting to see, indeed. So as we get ready for second half of football here, let's catch you up quickly on some scores on our All-State Sugar Bowl scoreboard at CrescentCitySports.com. Trying to get it to get some updates here. One of the things that, as Paige refreshes here, I thought the Landry-Walker defense made some nice adjustments after that first drive. I mean,
yes.
John Ehret really just pounded and pounded and pounded and exerted their will, and there were some nice adjustments made there by the Landry-Walker defense. It really, they gave up a score there in the second quarter on a short field, but really, you saw John Ehret really just run the football on that opening drive.
I mean, Leonard was, for John Ehret, the workhorse early on, and then, as you mentioned, Landry-Walker did some interior adjustment in terms of their linebackers shooting the A-gap and trying to put a stranglehold on Leonard, because that's where they was being hurt, in the A-gap and off the edge of the tackles as well. And when you make adjustments both offensively and defensively, one little switch could determine the flow of the game on both offense and the defensive side.
Yeah, we mentioned that game in Monroe earlier where Franklinton was leading Neville. The Tigers have rallied. They now lead at 28-20 at halftime. West St. John up on Covenant Christian, 19-6. That is a second quarter score. Halftime in Metairie, Varnado leading St. Martin's 25-0 in that one. Good one on the North Shore at halftime. St. Thomas Aquinas, North Lake Christian tied at 3. A-Meet, team we saw week 1 against Country Day, and Country Day with a late rally took out the number 1 ranked Warriors. They haven't lost since, and they're leading Pope John Paul 42-0 early on in that one. Newman leading Riverside at halftime 27-14. Country Day at halftime leading Fisher 41-0. Sophie B. Wright 24-11 over Kip. That was a final earlier today. Archbishop Hannon up on Thomas Jefferson 42-0 at halftime. That's a very good team at Hannon, who's on their way to being 7-0. This is week 7 of the season. I want to give them one that they haven't earned yet. Halftime in Donaldsonville, St. Charles Catholic leading Donaldsonville 14-6. Lutcher, Terrence's alma mater, up 28-0 on St. Michael at halftime. Riverdale leading McDonough 35, 14-8 at halftime. Second quarter, St. Paul's 37, Ponchatoula 7.
Wow.
And let me tell you, Ponchatoula has struggled to stop people this year, and St. Paul's is getting it done again tonight. Mandeville leading Slidell 17-14 at halftime. That's a bit of a surprise right there. Slidell one of the remaining unbeatens in that North Shore League. Slidell's got St. Paul's next week in a big potential unbeaten showdown, but they got to take care of business first this evening. Halftime at Gormley tonight, Holy Cross leads Brother Martin 7-0. Halftime, Higgins leading Grace King 6-0. Halftime, Hahnville over Thibodeau 21-0. So maybe the Tigers, the Hahnville Tigers, I should say, trying to get some things going there. Halftime, Covington over Fontainebleau 21-14. And at halftime, back down in the river, Terrebonne leading East St. John 13-12. And that we'll catch up on some others as we go along as well. And of course, you got some games tomorrow night, including here on Crescent City Sports, also at WGSO 990 AM. It'll be Jesuit and Archbishop Rummel in a Catholic League showdown. Ehret will get the ball first here to start the third quarter. And away we go. And we got flags down before this one can get underway. I don't know if this was offside. Let's see what the call is here. Maybe the clock moved. The clock should not have moved.
Looked like the referee
flag at the 40. Let's see. Maybe he was not ready. Maybe it was not ready for play yet.
I don't think the refs were ready. They heard the whistle, so you go when you hear the whistle.
Nope, no doubt. No doubt about it.
So.
They got some straps in you?
So we'll do it again. They'll put 12 minutes back on the clock. Remember, Ehret almost popped on the last kickoff. Turned into a fumble. Let's see what happens here. They'll take it up the middle from the 10, 20, slowing down there, looking to make a move. 25, look to bounce it outside, out near the 30-yard line. That was Deron Coleman on the return.
Yep.
Coleman's really a three-way guy. We see him there on special teams on kickoff returns. You see him on offense. You see him on defense. He's a versatile guy. Yep.
Utility man. What a good way to have
you see
players
that,
like that.
You see that at the smaller level, certainly, just because of sheer numbers, Terrence. But you don't see it much at the 5A level.
No, well, a lot of times at the 5A level, the schools are huge. So you got extra players.
You got the numbers, right?
Yeah, you got the numbers, and so that way, you don't have to spread out your talented players as much.
So Ehret takes over at the 31-yard line. First down and 10. Mumphrey will have Leonard alongside, two wide receivers to either side. Now he will bring Coleman in motion, and he'll give it away to Leonard. And looks like they're going to give him out to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah.
Like it could have been stopped for less than that, but they will give him forward progress out to the 33, a gain of 2. Leonard in the first half carried the ball 17 times for 62 yards.
And if you notice, Lenny, most of those carries are off tackle. And they've seen something on Landry-Walker's defensive end. But again, they're massive offensive linemen.
They'll run it again with Leonard, and he'll fall forward to about the 39-yard line, a gain of 6. So this is what they did on the opening drive of their opening possession, the second drive of the game, John Ehret's opening possession offensively, that they ate up 9 minutes of the clock, and it was really all Leonard on that drive. I think he had 14 carries on that 18-play drive. See if he gets it here on 3rd and 2. They'll take a look over to the sideline, perhaps make an adjustment. They'll give it away. Leonard on the carries, got a hole. 45, stays on his feet midfield. Falls forward to the Landry-Walker 49-yard line on a first down.
But once again, John Ehret is establishing their tunnel running game between the guards and the tackles. Weak side of that offensive line.
Now 20 carries for 82 yards for Leonard. Got 20 of them there on that opening series. Really only carried the ball 3 times after that opening drive, but then again, John Ehret didn't have the football an awful lot either. They'll give it to him again here, and that is brought down around the line of scrimmage. Maybe that might have been a face mask in there,
Almost.
Terrence. Couldn't
Looked
tell.
Like he was up top with him.
Yep.
Referee probably missed that one.
No gain. Second down 10 now at the Landry-Walker 49-yard line. 2 minutes gone by here in this third quarter. John Ehret, opening possession of the second half, clinging to a 1-point lead, 7-6.
Number 2 is right now open.
They've only got 2 defenders out there. It's 3-on-2. You got to look that way.
Good
they
read.
will look that way.
There
Run
you go.
the slant. near the first down, and that was Winman on the catch.
Great read by Humphrey. Trips to the strong side, and the seam was opened by the number 2 receiver. That's going to happen all the time. Great read by Humphrey.
Well, and look, the other thing I would think here is if you're Landry-Walker, granted, them spreading it out as much as they are makes it a challenge for you, but if you're not stopping the run, maybe you got to walk that extra guy up into the box to try to account for the fact that they're running the football. Well, now it's 3rd and 1 at the 40-yard line, and a big play on this opening drive of the third quarter. They converted 3rd and 2 a moment ago. Can they move the chains on 3rd and 1? We'll have to wait. It's going to be a timeout for John Ehret.
I would imagine they'll go back to bread and butter because it's been working on this series, so probably wouldn't see anything different than what was happening in the past couple of series.
Gives us a chance to remind you the Crescent City Sports Prep Football is brought to you by Riverlands Insurance in Luling, meeting all your insurance needs. Call Riverlands at 1-800-336-4579 or go to RIVINS.com. Our thanks to Nolan Luke and everybody at Riverlands Insurance for their support of our coverage of high school sports all season long here at Crescent City Sports.
Well, Lenny, I think John Ehret right now is looking like to establish themselves as they did in the first half. And I think right now coming out of the gate, second half, I think they saw something on the weak side which they saw in the first half, and they're going back to it, whereas Leonard being the workhorse again. And you have a guy such as Travis Mumphrey who's directing this offense so far to perfection in the second half.
Mumphrey 5 out of 8 for 76 yards and the 1 touchdown, which went in the direction of Winman. Now look at this. Look at this jumbo package they've brought in on 3rd and 1. You got an offensive lineman back there in the backfield, Deshaun Rayford.
Wow.
And they will just plow it forward and get the first down.
A la Chicago Bears in the refrigerator Perry.
Some of those guys, you get back there, you want the football, right, Terrence?
Exactly. You give it to him.
Gain of 3 on the carry to the 37-yard line. Mumphrey pointing out something to Leonard there. In terms of a blitz pickup, perhaps. Now they'll send him out on a route. Sitting. Now he's going to take off and run. Mumphrey's going to look to throw on a move, and it is. It is caught. That was Jaquan Townsend on the catch. We saw him earlier. He's going to be enough for a first down. Looks like they're moving the chains.
Great play by Mumphrey, extending the play, as you mentioned earlier, Lenny, in the first half. Sign of a good quarterback, extending the play.
And he hasn't done a lot of that. Now the ball at the 27-yard line. Townsend along with Winman to the bottom of your screen. That's Coleman up top. Now a little shovel pass that time. I'm not sure if that was a busted play or what, but how about Leonard making something out of nothing there? Wait, they may say he was down.
It was a late handoff.
Yeah, but he actually pitched the ball forward, so it's going to go as a pass, because if he dropped it, it would have been incomplete. As you get another look at it, let's see exactly what happened here in the backfield. No, I think it was just a shovel pass, like a draw play.
Yep.
And but there's a flag. It's coming back.
Holding.
So they will back this up to the 40-yard line. Of course, holding is a spot foul in high school football, so the hold happened behind the line of scrimmage. So now it will be 1st and 23 for John Ehret back at the 40-yard line. This is not what you want. You don't want to be behind the chains.
I am kind of surprised they're going into these gimmick plays now, because the running game was working for them.
Mumphrey. Ooh, rolled right into the pressure, and he is brought down.
It's live
and
ball.
The ball's out.
It's a live ball.
Let's see. Did they call it down? They're going to call, I believe they're now, is it an incomplete pass? Is it incomplete, or is he down by contact? I think they're going to call it an incomplete pass. His arm was coming forward.
I don't think that ref was ready to make that call.
All of that happened in a hurry there, Terrence. And we'll see if we can get another look at it. And we will, and he goes It looked like he was maybe he threw it on the way down. Yeah,
the running back was not ready for that pass. Smart play again by Travis Mumphrey.
Yeah, just live the play another day there.
Exactly.
So it's 2nd down and 23. Bring it back to the original line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line. Landry-Walker, you could play a little soft right here, I guess.
Yes.
Well, they've got 7 guys up there in the box. Now they'll drop some guys back, taking a shot down the field, and it is caught near the chains. Terrific catch by Jordan Pickney. And let's see where they spot this. They're going to mark it about 2 yards short of a first down at the 19. And now it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and, more importantly, 3rd and very manageable for this Ehret offense.
Once again, what a great play by Travis Mumphrey. Just a long, deep out pattern by the John Ehret receiver, and Mumphrey found him right in the hole there. The only place he could have put the football, and he did so. Yeah, so great toss by Travis Mumphrey.
It goes from 2nd and 23 now to 3rd and 2. And again, you see that jumbo package in there. Eldridge Walker, defensive lineman's in there. Now we're going to get another timeout, this time called by Landry-Walker. They weren't expecting that last time after the timeout. They're going to be more prepared for it this time on 3rd and 2 at the 19-yard line. The Patriots' first offensive possession of the game went over 9 minutes. So far, this possession has taken 4 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock as they have moved from their own 31-yard line to the Landry-Walker 19.
And again, I'm going to go back to the play calling here, Lenny. They established the running game early on here in the second half, which got them to the plus side of the football field. And now they're trying these gimmick plays and got them bogged up just a little bit. Now they're getting back to what they did starting second half, which is running the football again.
Now, I guess that, the shovel pass there is one of those kind of things. If you think they're blitzing, you're trying to maybe slow down the blitz, and I get that. Now, they held on the play. The play worked pretty well. It got them 5-6 yards, except for the fact that they held and suddenly put them back at 1st and 23.
Worked out in their favor.
Yeah, now they've gotten themselves back in a more manageable down and distance here. 3rd down and 2 at the 19. Again, you're going to have everybody in tight, 2 tight ends, 2 big guys in the backfield, along with Leonard. And there's a pass. They've got a wide open receiver, but he couldn't find him, and he's brought down. Well defended by Landry-Walker that time. There was a man running free, and Mumphrey just could not spot him. He was on the run because a man got into the backfield there, and now it's 4th and 4, it looks like, at the 21-yard line.
Well, first of all, you started underneath the center, and so therefore now you give a defensive player something else to look forward to. Reverse pivot, and he come from underneath the center and could not find the receiver. But as you mentioned, there was a receiver down the middle of the football field open, but he could not find him.
So now they go more conventional, 4th and 4, kind of no man's land here without a great kicking game, and they'll go for it right here on 4th and 4. Line to gain is the 17. Mumphrey going back far side, and that is caught. Let's see.
What a great play.
He's knocked out of bounds just short of the goal line, I believe.
Did he call a touchdown?
Or did he call it a touchdown?
Great back shoulder throw by Travis Mumphrey. Great back shoulder throw by Travis Mumphrey.
We're going to take another look at it right here. And I don't know if he got in or not. I didn't see. The hands did go up in the air. It's a touchdown. Okay. Points haven't gone on the scoreboard here, but it looks like indeed he did. And he called it a touchdown. So we're going to see the point after coming here. And that was once again, I believe, Pickney on the catch. 21 yards on 4th down and 4, and the point after. Now they're indicating the touchdown here. Now we'll have the point after try. So it's 13-6 with the point after coming that would make this an 8-point game with Coleman on to try the extra point. The guy does everything, Terrence.
Yes, utility player.
And that kick is blew it dead before. We're going to have offsides against Landry-Walker.
They're going to decline.
You would think you would decline it here. So 11 plays, 69 yards, taking 4 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock there.
And culminating with a great play Travis Mumphrey.
Kind of that back shoulder throw.
Back shoulder
I
throw.
tell you, if they'd have had a back shoulder throw when you were playing with Mark Zeno, he might have caught 200 passes a year.
I will say you have to perfect that during practice because it's not an easy thing to do, but they make it look easy nowadays. But to do it on high school level nowadays, Lenny, it shows you that these guys are working in tandem together. And what a great play by Travis. You have that certain area on the receiver's shoulder where you have to put the football, and he did such with great accuracy. Great play on his part.
So they did take the penalty. They're going to try this from the 1.5-yard line now.
Yep.
Kick is down, and it is good, and that'll make it a 14-6 game. With 7:04 to play here in the third quarter. Again, another big drive to open the half by John Ehret, and that was a little bit different than what we saw in the first quarter in that this was just a little bit of Damon Leonard and a lot of Travis Mumphrey that got that done.
Exactly, and you're absolutely correct. Now he began to use both his arm strength as well as his legs, his athleticism to move the chain and paying positive dividends for John Ehret offense. Watching Mumphrey this second half, Laney, he's composed, making great reads as RPO, run pass option quarterback that he is, and making great decisions. So, remains to be seen how the rest of this quarter will go, as the rest of the game as well, as Landry prepared to get the kickoff.
Yeah, this is a big series coming up in this football game as Landry-Walker really needs to answer right here. This will be a short kick that's going to hit down at about the 22-yard line, picked up on the run at about the 20, and returned forward out near the 35-yard line. So that's where the Charging Bucks will take over. With 6:57 left here in the third quarter. You would imagine we will see Jaquan Dorsey once again at quarterback.
Correct. You need something. You need a spark right here.
And it's,
this series.
And Dorsey provided it really in the last 6 minutes of that second quarter. He is back out there at quarterback.
The minimum they could do here, Laney, is move the chain. If not the score, obviously you want to do that. But if they can continue to move the chain here, they would have answered this last touchdown by John Ehret.
Landry-Walker will send 3 men to the bottom of the screen here, to the wide side of the field, 1 at the top. And that is Alexander alongside Peters, who will get the football. Alexander keeps the legs churning to about the 42-yard line, a gain of 7.
Good hard-nosed running by Alexander right there. Up the gut, down the tunnel. Positive yardage right there.
Alexander had 12 yards on his first carry in the first half. Really didn't do much after that. 6 carries for 17 yards. He is headed to New Mexico. 5'9", 175-pound senior. Gets it here, and well defended right there. And that was Landry-Walker, the defensive lineman, coming in and just stuffing the run for a loss of 1 on the play. We just saw Walker on offense.
Utility player again, Lenny.
They're using him in a jumbo package. And now it's 3rd and 4. The ball at the 41-yard line.
Walker just whipped the center, just tossed him on the side. Great play by Walker.
6'3", 280 pounds. Line to gain is the 45 right here. Big play.
Big play.
In this third quarter.
Come to blitz.
Coming, not where much to go, and he is brought down in the backfield. Looks like Ehret brought the house right there, knowing that Dorsey likes to run. You know, if he didn't see something he likes to run, and they really didn't give him a chance to do anything with it there. Jerry Williams on the tackle there, the senior defensive back.
That time they used Dante Starks, the linebacker, as a spy. He didn't rush too hard. He just kind of hovered over the lineman there, and Williams came in to make the play.
So it's 4th down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line, and the Ehret defense comes up with a big 3 and out. It's been a challenge, this Landry-Walker punting game this evening. That's a high snap. Not a lot of pressure. That's a pretty good kick right there.
That's
They'll let it bounce. It will roll inside the 30, now to about the 25-yard line. It will settle in right there, and that's where John Ehret will take over with 4:46 remaining here in the third quarter. Now, if you're Marcus Scott and the John Ehret Patriots, this is made. Well, you want to continue to get some clock,
exactly.
But at the same time, you got a chance to get this
exactly.
to a two-score game.
Score here would be really difficult for Landry-Walker. Not game over type, but it would make it difficult for him the rest of the way.
One thing that we did see with Dorsey in the game is they could be very explosive on offense.
Exactly. So it's not over.
Long way to go in this one, but still, we haven't seen a lot of separation in this game.
Wow.
And before this one
That
will get
coverage,
going, we've got
Landry's not
a timeout, Landry-Walker. Remember that, Terrence.
Yes.
They've got one timeout remaining now with 4:46 left in the third quarter. If they're in a come-from-behind situation, no real ability to try to stop the clock there. Yeah.
Landry-Walker defensive coaches is livid right now. They was not prepared defensively on this play.
So we'll see kind of adjustments they make and such, and what they come out and do here after the timeout. Again, we remind you, tomorrow night, got another one for you here at Crescent City Sports from Joe Yenny Stadium in Metairie. District 9 5A matchup. Rummel and Jesuit. It seems like we've had that one about every year. Last year was at Yeoman Stadium. Very entertaining football game. Rummel was 11 points down in the fourth quarter, came back with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to a guy who will be Dante Starks' teammate next year at LSU, Jamar Chase.
What a great field, man.
And Rummel came back and won that one 25-24. So let's see. Ehret will line up 3 to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. But they'll give it away once again, and that is extremely well defended on Leonard. Let's see. There is a flag down on this side. I don't know if that's an illegal form. Well, it looked like it got dropped. It got dropped right here by the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it was an illegal formation. If someone was, well, they would have blown it dead if it was offside. So let's see what the call is.
Holding.
It is holding against John Ehret. That's kind of an odd place to see that one come in, Terrence. Usually that's the kind of call that comes from the umpire. Maybe it was a wide receiver. I don't know. But in any case.
The line judge saw the left tackle there.
So 10 from the spot of the foul, so it's actually 11 on the play on the penalty, and it's first down and 21, a similar situation to which we saw Ehret have to work from on that last drive, and they converted it. They'll go quickly to the near side this time, and that was
Swift screen.
Yeah, Deron Coleman, his name we've called quite a bit tonight, really trying to get something going there, but couldn't. Ran around a lot, and I think it's all about no gain at this point, maybe a gain of 1. Now they'll put it down at the 14-yard line, no gain on the play.
Great play by Landry-Walker's defense. Very scrappy bunch. Ran to the football, so they're into the game right now. They're very confident, playing confident football at this point.
So second down and 21. The line to make is the 35-yard line. Mumphrey. It's one way, now goes back the other way. That's batted around and incomplete. Tell you what, that could have very easily been defensive pass interference right there. That was intended for Pigney. It looked like the defender might have gotten there a half a beat before the ball did, as we get another look.
Again, great play by the defender there. But again, at this level, young receivers need to run to the football. He was waiting on the football at that time and allowed the defender to come up and make a play. So you have to run towards the football as well as a receiver.
Third and 21 at the 14-yard line. Long way to go here for the Patriots. Mumphrey throw a little screen pass. He overshot his man, the running back Leonard, and now it's going to be fourth down and 21.
Great defensive series by Landry-Walker at this point.
That's what happens when you get caught behind the chains. They got that penalty on first down. It wasn't a great play on first down, but at least it would have been 2nd and 9. Instead, you end up with 1st and 21.
Yes.
That's, Landry-Walker defense just pinned its ears back and did a great job right there. And now they got a chance to maybe get their best field position of the evening.
Exactly. If I were Landry-Walker, I would bring the kitchen sink here just to put pressure on that punter.
And punt's pretty good. And didn't run up and make the play on it. And now it's going to roll all the way down to the 42-yard line.
Should have felt that. Should have felt that.
So Landry-Walker with 3:19 remaining will take over at the 42-yard line after a 44-yard punt. You have to wonder, should the return man have stepped up on that one and tried to field it on the fly? And you might have had some really good field position right there.
At least 10 yards on a run back.
Yeah.
But once again, they're still relatively in good field position based on how they're playing the last series. They should get something back here.
So we'll see Dorsey once again at quarterback,
Yes.
it looks like. And again, we're seeing this triangle look to the side. They got to get another defender walked out there.
Yes.
They've only got 2 defenders.
They're not sound on defense right now. It's a bubble.
It's
Wow.
a quarterback run. They're trying to get people out of the box there is what it was. And that's one of those things, perhaps they saw it on film when you see that look that they're
we
really
got
looking to run the
scrimmage
ball.
out there.
Quickly broken up. Nice job by the officials there, but a gain of 5 on the play.
I'm sure Landry-Walker's coach saw that. So the triple bunch to the field, almost bunch set. As you mentioned, trying to get the linebacker out of the middle of the field, spread him out.
And they're doing it again here. Now you got 5. We got two to the top and the triangle look here at the bottom. And they'll run it once again. And down to about the 44-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play. And look, this is simple math here, Terrence. Okay, unless if you're playing, let's say you're playing man free, okay, which man to man everywhere, and in a free safety, that's it. You've basically got 5-on-5 at that point, and on the interior, and if you get a hat on a hat right there, you've got a big play waiting to happen.
And they have confidence in Jaquan Dorsey to make the play, and that's why they keep calling his number.
Now you got Alexander in the backfield with Dorsey. And again, they've walked out a third defender, parsed about halfway here, and now Dorsey's going to look to roll and throw, and it is incomplete.
Great play.
Nice job by the John Ehret defense right there. You had a couple of defenders in the area.
Brandon James made a great play. Both the guys were going for the football, so there's no flag there.
Williams, once again, he had the sack earlier, and that time got back in coverage. Nice job.
Yes.
So 2nd down 10 at the 44-yard line of John Ehret. Landry-Walker needs a score right here. 2:05 remaining in the third. They've just kind of walked that third guy to cover this triangle about 3 or 4 yards away from the hash. And it's a quarterback keeper, 40, 35, down near the first down marker. We'll wait for the spot. Looks like they're going to mark it about a half a yard short. Far side guy wants to do that. The near side guy's coming. Oh, now he's going to make his way back. They will put it down at the 35-yard line. It's always one of the nuances that I like to watch is how the officials are spotting the football. And
if they're up leg field at first and then back leg field, they got more to go.
3rd and 1 here at the 35-yard line.
Quick snap.
Take it straight ahead, and it looks like that's enough for a first down.
Yes. Is the right near sideline judge, if it was the right foot spot, is the first. And they gave it to him.
Yeah, ball at the 34-yard line, a gain of 1. So it will be 1st and 10 for Landry-Walker. This will be the 6th play of this drive that began back at the 42. A couple of first downs here for the Charging Bucks.
Using clock as well, Lenny.
Yeah, they are. I mean, which is giving their defense. I mean,
Exactly.
The big thing is they're giving the defense a rest. Their defense spent a lot of time on the field tonight. A little RPO there. Got some pressure, but room to run now on the far side, and out near the first down marker is Jaquan Dorsey. Put it down at about the 36-yard line.
Great play on Jaquan Dorsey. Use his peripheral vision as well as his athleticism. The defense has been lost containment there. Yeah. Usually that happens when you shallow rush the quarterback.
As a quarterback, who like to run. You're back to pass, and you don't see anything there. Where's the first place you're looking to go?
Well, your first level, right? If nobody else is there, you're outside. That definitely depend on where you're scrambling to. That receiver should come back or go deep for your first option.
2nd and 2 at the 26. Now Alexander shifts back in the backfield. It'll be a sidecar along Dorsey. He will get the football. Something we haven't seen much of. Alexander pops it big and into the Ehret red zone, out maybe past the 15-yard line here. Let's wait for the spot.
Landry-Walker. Dante Starks looped around, tried to blitz, and they ran exactly what he vacated. Great call by Landry-Walker up the middle.
Put it down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 for Alexander. So 15-yard line of the Patriots, and this is Landry-Walker's best opportunity this half. Down by 8. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to pull even. Oh, Starks got a big jump, and he's brought down in the backfield. He timed that snap to perfection. The Landry-Walker coaches are over to our left thinking Starks jumped offside. And let's get another look there, Terrence, but I think he might have just timed that to perfection.
Great. Oh, he looked like he was in
maybe a half a beat. I don't know, but it was
quick. It's real time in the neutral zone. But again, they missed that one. And lucky for John Ehret, referees did not call that.
Yeah. From the 17, Dorsey will look to run, look to bounce it. Was going the wrong way, and ends up being brought down by Dante Starks back at the 20-yard line. Make it the 21.
They had clock in their favor. They shouldn't have to rush anything. They had clock in their favor. Still do.
And that's going to do it here for the third quarter. So we're going to start the fourth quarter going in the other direction. And a big play in this game coming up for Landry-Walker. It'll be 3rd and 16 at the 21-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. It's John Ehret 14, Landry-Walker 6. You are watching high school football from Crescent City Sports. All right, so about set for football here. Now let's see what's going on here. The ball was at, now they're lining up at the 11-yard line. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. The ball's at the 21-yard line here, Terrence.
Well, I'll tell you, the Stripes guys have been having issues tonight.
Spotting the football and moving it from one end to the other. We saw what was an incomplete pass turn into a 2-yard gain. We've seen a lot of crazy things out there tonight, but looks like they got it right now.
Yes.
Put it down at the 21-yard line. This is 4-down territory for Landry-Walker right here.
Especially at this point in the game, you have to.
Yeah, you gotta get to the 5. You could try to get it here, but you don't have to get it all right here. You got 2 plays to get 16 yards in an 8-point game. Dorsey taking a shot down the middle, broken up. Nicely defended that time, and I believe that was once again Kane Williams. He has been all over the field tonight.
You had 2 receivers in the same vicinities. A lot of times when that happens, somebody ran the wrong route or the pass was late.
Yeah, or just, it's like you say, more likely than not, somebody not taking a route exactly where they should. So now you got to get it all right here. 4th down and 16 at the 5-yard line. Or at the 21. The line to get is the 5-yard line. And you got 5 wide now to the end zone. Incomplete, and there's your flag.
Hold it.
It's probably defensive pass interference, but remember this, Terrence. High school football, it's not an automatic first down. So it's not
Is
going
it
to
spotted
get.
a foul?
It's going to be. It's going to be, I believe, half the distance to the goal here from the 21, unless they give him the whole 15. But again, it is not defensive pass interference. Is not an automatic first down. So they're going to get another shot here.
Yes.
But let's see where it's going to be put down. It might not be half the distance in this situation. It's still fourth down.
Yeah, fourth down.
So that's the one thing I'm not sure. Is this half the distance, or do they give them the full 15? Let's see where they put it down.
I think they gave it right at the spot, but they still need it.
Well, it was in the end zone, so
Right.
it's not a spot
But
foul. It is half the distance. It's going to go down right at about the 10.5. So give them 11 yards on the penalty. But now it's 4th and 5. That opens up your playbook a little bit more.
Exactly. Now let's just see if they use it.
So you got
Use
Dorsey.
Dorsey's
Dorsey
ability.
can certainly run the football
Exactly.
right here, and they've got 4 wide receivers, or 5 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom, 3 to the top.
John Ehret has Dante Starks to the strength of the field, which is in Dorsey's path. He's a lefty. And here
Dorsey,
goes
there's the
Starks.
blitz, and he throws, and it is incomplete. And a nice job defending there by the Patriots. I believe that was that Coleman, or that may have been. I thought that was.
Well, but
8
first
there.
of all, Dante Starks was in his sight line, Lenny, and he
Knew-
could
knew
not
where-
see who he was throwing the football to. Great play by Dante Starks on the blitz.
So a big stop on downs, as you got another look there at the 4th down stop by the Patriots. And John Ehret will take over just past the 10-yard line, call it officially at the 11-yard line.
Wow.
And this is not 4-minute offense time here, but at the same time,
If they're true to
your
form,
defense your defense was on the field for 11 plays there. You want to get some things done. And an official's timeout here.
so it's a good strategy time for both teams.
Yeah,
right now.
get a chance to get some things sorted out. But it also, Terrence gives us a chance to remind you that Crescent City Sports Prep Football is brought to you by Lamarck Ford and Kenner, the only local dealership in the New Orleans area where you can totally buy online. Go to Lamarck.com. Our thanks to Ronnie Lamarck for his support of high school sports. He was tuned in last week to that Newman Country Day thriller.
He has son play with Newman, right?
He did. He took his iPhone and fed it to his 72-inch TV and was watching the game in HD on his set.
That Ronnie Lamarck is a character.
He's a terrific guy and loves his family, loves to support sports in the area and a lot of other great causes as well. And we appreciate his support. All right, at the 11. But this is like I say, this is not 4-minute time, but I think you need to make a couple of first downs. One, to get out from your own end, and 2, to run some clock here and just shrink the clock.
So
now
another
we've got 2 guys heading over to the other side. I don't know if
Wow.
we're having more problems with chain crew, exactly what's going on here. It's a great question. I don't know what's happening now.
Wow.
I see them heading over toward the chain crew. Maybe those guys are
They're
taking
switching
over.
out.
We'll tag team action on the chains tonight. Now the referee's coming back over in that direction. This has been the 3 biggest delays of the night have all been because of chains.
Service hours, I guess, for the kids. Oh, here we go.
Let's hope. Let's wait till a referee gets back in place. He's headed that way. It's really the only thing that slowed this game down tonight. It's been played.
I've never seen it.
It's been played at a solid pace. So here we go from the 11.
There's another guy run across.
Now what? Now we got to know. We got another timeout. My goodness. At least the referee. One thing, Lon Elsie brought up this point last week with me. You get a delay like that, get the offensive lineman out of their stance, and that will gain a couple of yards that time. That was
Leonard.
That was Leonard once again. He's been a workhorse.
Been a workhorse.
Let's put it at the 13. Second down and 8.
And they're not in any hurry, Lenny.
And nor should they be. Nor should they be. You got play clocks you can see in here, so you can let it run down as much as you need to here. But they're going to now look. But you know what? They snapped it with 13 right there. So, and that was really defended well that time by Landry-Walker for a loss of 1.
So you got to be careful watching, trying to utilize the clock as well as getting field position.
Because the important thing here is moving the chains.
Exactly.
You got to be able to get. You got to be able to get a first down or two. Not necessarily flip the field per se, but just get out of your own end.
Exactly.
So 3rd and 9, possession down right here for the Patriots. Ball at the 12-yard line, and they'll spread it out with Leonard in the slot and 4 wide.
Landry-Walker, man up top.
Mumphrey.
Push shot.
Now we'll move.
Got to make plays.
We'll look to run. Defender's got to get a block down, and he could not get the block down, and Mumphrey stepped out of bounds before the sticks.
Great play by Landry-Walker.
At the 18-yard line.
Great play by Landry-Walker's defense, not giving Mumphrey an opportunity to find a receiver.
So it's 4th and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Wow.
And that's what, now granted, look, this is not the NFL where there's a big arrow sitting there in the sideline, so you know exactly where to go. He's running away from the chains right there to the, to the near sideline, but it's still.
But he has to be smart enough to know the situation right now.
Yeah, know where the marker is, where you're trying to get to. So Landry-Walker's got 2 men deep this time. Back just on their side of the 50-yard line. So they may try to do something with this, except it will take a bounce and it will roll and it will roll. And now Landry-Walker tried to pick it up. Let's see who ended up with the football.
They got it back.
Well, they got it back at the 42-yard line.
Very.
You didn't want to see that right
Not
there.
at all. Poor decision by the returner to try to return that ball.
Understand just trying to keep it from rolling any further and get a couple more, but you got to make sure you're going to pick it up cleanly right there.
Or fall on it, one or the other.
Yeah.
Now, as we talked at the top of the hour, top of the game, about opportunity, this is another opportunity, Lenny, for Landry-Walker to do both, use clock as well as move the chain and turn the football game into their favor.
So 5 wide receivers. And guess what? It's once again a quarterback run.
And guess what? Dorsey. Who's there? Dante Starks again. Well, this guy.
He can make up for a lack of numbers in there, no doubt about it.
I can see why he's committed already. I mean, he's a talent.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line. And once again, they will spread it out with 5 wide.
Whoa.
This is a little screen out this way, trying to use the other 2 guys as blockers. That was trying to see who made the catch right there. Even on the near side, it can be hard to read those numbers, Darren.
Exactly. 4. And once again, great hustle by John Ehret's defense. Javante Jones.
To the 47 there. It's 3rd down and 6. Throwing and batted and incomplete. That ball very nearly intercepted right there by Lucian Babino.
And we got Landry-Walker player down.
And is that the quarterback?
Oh, he got sandwiched if that is.
It's 4th down and 6 at the 47 after this, so it's a punting situation. You hope it's not, because he has clearly been a spark plug for this team.
His body was contoured in a very difficult position.
So they will take a look at the injured player. Again, you hope it's not serious, but like you were saying there, Terrence, it looked like he got hit by a couple, and indeed it is the quarterback, Dorsey. He is hobbling, and that doesn't look good right there in terms of whether he can return or not.
Especially on this series.
Well, it's 4th down, so they're going to have to punt it away. Now, the good news from a Landry-Walker perspective is you play 2 quarterbacks, so you've got it. You could put Cargo back in the game right here.
Don't know the extent of that injury, but his body was contoured.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Limping off the field. That does not look particularly good. You hope for the best for the young man, but you have to wonder, can he return with just 8:50 left in this game?
Now, let's hope Cargo should be warming up right now, because he's definitely going to go in the next series.
You would think so. Oh, we've got movement up front. Let's say which way. It can't. It's offsides. It's not going to be enough for a first down, Terrence.
Right.
It's 5 yards, but it was 4th and a little more than 6.
Give them opportunity to pin John Ehret further.
Yeah, 5. But again, if it happens again now you really got to be careful if you're Ehret, because
now they're only 2-3 yards out.
They're 2 yards shy of the first down. The line, and look at this. They're going to send the offense back out there.
See, again, is Cargo ready?
And here comes Cargo. Yep. Cargo will come back on the field now. So on 4th and 2, this is a big play in this game as Landry-Walker has sent the offense back out there. Alexander alongside Cargo with 3 wide receivers to the top and 1 at the bottom.
I would imagine Cargo's going to take this himself and get those 2 yards.
Let's see. Nope. He drops back. He throws, and it is dropped. It was right in the hands of Griffin at the 43-yard line, and he could not bring it in.
Typical mistake by receivers. Tried to run before they completely secured the football, and he had room to run. Typical mistake by receivers, especially on this level.
It's a huge play in this game, and he's got room to run there,
exactly.
and Landry-Walker's going to be, well into John Ehret territory right there. So the Patriots will take over now at their own 49-yard line, and that's a big play in this football game.
Really huge. Really huge.
And now at this point, really got to think about running some clock right here.
Exactly. Let's see if
still 4 wides in the game, of course. That's how the Patriots, and for that matter, the Charging Bucks operate. Mumphrey, he will feed Leonard, you would think, but no, it's play action, and it's dropped.
Again, receivers have to secure the football before they run.
And that was Coleman.
Another drop in the numbers. You have to catch it before you run.
But, it's one of those things, we're sitting here saying, okay, they're going to run the football. They're going to run the football. The Landry-Walker defenders are thinking the same thing. You got a chance maybe to pop a play out there if you can complete the pass.
And given clock, I'm surprised Ehret threw the football on the first down as opposed to running the game.
That's a lot of confidence that Marcus Scott has in his defense right there. He knows. So now let's see what they do on 2nd and 10. First, they're going to look back over to the sidelines. It's Pickney, the single man down to the bottom of your screen, trips to the top. They will give it away this time, and there's a little bit of a hole, and a nice job of running there by Damon Leonard. Will get it out close to the 43-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 2. Will they go jumbo again here, Terrence? We've seen that look a couple of times here in the second half.
And it proved dividend for them one time. Let's see if it proved dividend for them.
It didn't work the other time.
The other time.
So they're going to stick with their base formation here. On 3rd down and 2. Line to gain is the 41.
Landry-Walker substituted near jumbo defense.
There where they made a quick substitution. Did they get him off in time? It looks like they did, and it will get the first down.
Yeah, just enough.
Nice job by Leonard there.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that play was designed to bounce back outside, but he had the vision to take it back out there.
Speak to his peripheral, Lenny, as you just mentioned. And great running backs utilize both their feet as well as their eyesight to slip through those arm tackles and slither through those small holes that's not there.
Patriots will likely let the clock run here, and we had movement up front. It's going to be offsides against Landry-Walker, I believe, yes. move it 5 yards forward to the 34,
John
where it's
Ehret-
going to be 1st and 5.
So John Ehret now is utilize the clock. They're not in a hurry. And Landry-Walker needs to be careful. Don't give them help. Staying on side.
And clearly, you want to try to get some penetration up front, but
Exactly.
the ball's right in front of you. That's one of the things you hear analysts talk about all the time. How could somebody who's right over the football jump off sides when you could see
Trying
it?
to get that.
They ran the
first
quick
stop.
slant that time on 1st and 5. It was complete to Pickney, but it's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. That's one of those things, again, like we saw it on first down on the previous set of downs, just trying to make sure that you're keeping them
Keeping
honest.
them
You're
honest.
getting
Exactly.
guys, maybe get those guys out of the box a little bit. If you're counting numbers a lot of times. It's that simple. You see too many numbers, you see too many numbers in the box, and you're going to throw the football. So 2nd down and 2 as the clock ticks under 7 minutes. And the play clock ticks under 5. 3, 2, snapped it with 2 on the play clock, and a big hole for Alexander. Or check that, that's Leonard. I'm sorry. Leonard on the
Once
carry.
again.
Wrong team there, to the 15-yard line.
Well, you have an experienced quarterback and Mumphrey utilizing clock down to the to the 2nd.
Yep.
Lenny, before he snapped it.
That's a classic 4-minute offense right here, and a
Exactly.
chance to really
And
give yourself some distance right here at the 15 in the red zone.
Where was the Landry-Walker's linebackers? They were not in position to make that play.
Well, again, part of that is I think what you've seen with them throwing the ball on 1st down and trying to keep them conscious of that. And a nice job up front by the Ehret offensive line to block there.
Once
They
again,
look back,
clock.
9, 8, 7 on the play clock. They're going to milk this thing all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll snap it at 1. Give it away once again. Bouncing it outside, and a terrific run that time by Leonard to get out near the 1st down marker to the 7-yard line, a gain of 8.
I tell you what, Leonard. This Leonard guy, small stature, but a workhorse. And he's done a magnificent job tonight in carrying the load.
And he's
with
just a
John
junior.
Ehret.
They
Just
got
a
him
junior.
for another year.
Oh, my God. Great player. Really great player.
And again, you watch the one eye on the play clock, one eye on the field here. It's play clock's down to 5, 4, 3. They will snap it probably right at 1. They do. Hand it away. Leonard, there's a flag down in the backfield, and he's right near the 1st down marker.
Back.
And I believe that was holding. That was a quick call there.
It
It was
really
almost
was.
right away, yeah. No, it was illegal motion. I'm sorry. It was on Leonard for illegal motion.
They told him. Well, everything they utilize right now, formation-wise, they put Leonard to the field, they put him to the short side of the offensive set and hand the ball either away or towards the strength. He's working out into their favor.
Now, the good news of all of that is you get to run 2nd down again, and they wound the clock. So
Yes,
you're
exactly.
able to run. Yeah, it's 2nd and 7. Still manageable. And again, Marcus Scott and his offense are going to let this play clock run down as much as they can before they snap the football. 6, 5 on the play clock. 3, they'll snap it this time.
Off the middle.
It's Leonard with a hole. He's gone short of the goal line, and they're
Ball
going to
is
call him
dead.
down. The ball was down before
Yes.
it got away at the 2-yard line. So Damon Leonard, we saw this on the first drive of the game, and now we're seeing him kind of re-exerting his will here as it's 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, and the last 3 plays have been runs of 16, 8, and 10 yards by Damon Leonard.
Well, at this point of the game, Lenny, those massive guys up front is opening up holes for him. They tend to weigh down now on the defensive lineman. With that type of weight and strength, the
And
4th quarter football game, yes,
we got it.
gets you.
Is that an injured player or is it a timeout call?
It's a cramp.
Regardless, look at the clock. Now down to 4:33, and John Ehret has a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. And this is going to be a, perhaps this series of downs right here could decide this football game. If Ehret punches in, makes it a 2-score game, that might be too much, too late for Landry-Walker to overcome. Or if they can get a stop, it could be the momentum that they need. Because there's a player down in the end zone right now.
You just have a cramp. Yeah. But to your point, you're right, Lenny. Landry-Walker have to come up with a stop here. And on the other side, John Ehret has to definitely punch this in.
What are you doing right now if you're
you secure the football because
defense? The Landry-Walker defense, are you trying to send extra guys up the middle?
Well, now send extra guys up the middle, secure the ends, because now what Coleman has been doing is taking the ball off tackle. Leonard, what he has been doing, taking the ball off tackle and using his peripheral vision to make positive plays. So stack the box and play as well. Now you can't sleep on Mumphrey because now they can fake it to Leonard and he keeps it. We have that.
And here's your jumbo again. Here's your jumbo package again. Leonard, the little guy back there at 5'9", 175 pounds, and he's got up in front of him. He's got Eldridge Walker at 6'3", 280.
Oh, fumble.
And he's got fumble.
Wow.
Did they get back on it? They did. And I was about to say Deshaun Rayford, one of the starting offensive linemen, he's 6'3", 300, so you got 580 pounds up in front of Leonard in that situation. So it was just a fumbled snap that time.
Yes. Football is fundamentals. It never ends. So secure the football, especially down here. You don't want to give Landry-Walker something.
Let's see where they spot the football. Are they going back? They keep it at the 2 or keep it at the 2-yard line? So it's no gain on a play. 2nd down and goal.
And again, clock in their favor. So
we're
see what they do.
Under 4, ticking down towards 3.5 minutes here. And again, that jumbo look, and they're going to milk this play clock for all it's worth right here. Down to 10. They'll snap it on 8, surprisingly, and that is a run-off tackle by Leonard and in for the touchdown. Damond Leonard from 2 yards out, and you have to wonder if that will do it with 3:18 to play, Terrence, as it's a 20-6 football game.
Well, again, stranger things has happened in football games, but however, the tone of this game, the body language of both teams, it appears John Ehret right now has the momentum. But again, Landry-Walker will field the football as well.
They get it back.
Stranger things has happened.
They get it back. 9 plays, 51 yards, 5:26 off the clock. And that's the biggest of those numbers there is the time of possession. That was kicked straight into the line and no good. So it's a 20-6 game. 20-6, John Ehret with 3:18 remaining here in the 4th quarter. So for the first time tonight, it's a 2-score game. And look, we know that Landry-Walker can strike and strike quickly. We've seen it at times. Now, can they do it if it's still Cargo at quarterback and Dorsey's unable to return?
I have not seen him walking around or tossing the football on the sideline. So it appears.
But you know what? In this situation, too, this is a time now, Terrence, where you might need Cargo, who's more of the passing type. I mean, both of these guys can run and pass.
Exactly.
But Cargo's really more of the passing type than what you see out of Dorsey. So
exactly.
In reality, you might need Cargo anyway, even if Dorsey was healthy enough to return.
And it worked in your favor because you get the ball down the field faster. Obviously, we pass it as opposed to running. However, on the other end, you risk the chances of interception as well. But those are the chances that you're faced with right now. And I think, depending on this kickoff and a great return, hopefully, on Landry-Walker's part, they can begin the series on a positive note.
Yeah, they got 2 men deep about the 15-yard line. Line drive kick, fielded on a hop at about the 17-yard line. To cut it up inside and falls forward to about the 32, 33-yard line.
Looked like Landry-Walker
looked like that was Griffin on the return there.
Yeah, it looked like they had something set up in terms of a cross-the-field lateral, but obviously Ehret was spot on with the defense on that play.
So with 3:08 remaining, Landry-Walker is going to take over, and they need 2 scores.
In a hurry.
There's not a lot of time to waste. Remember, I believe they only have one timeout remaining. I'm not sure they got charged. I don't think they got charged one
did
there
not charge him,
because of the injury.
Exactly.
And that pass is caught to about the 49-yard line.
Great play.
That
Great play by
is
Cargo.
Winman on the catch.
Great play by Cargo.
I'm sorry,
Took
that's
his
not
time.
wrong team again.
Wrong
That's
team
Alexander on the catch. And this is Cargo still at
Yes.
quarterback. So give him 16 out to the 49. 1st and 10 for Landry-Walker out near midfield. Cargo will let it fly
Wow.
deep. That is
Great
broken
play.
up. Nice defense right there. So it's 2nd down 10 at the 49 with 2:46 remaining.
It's a great play by John Ehret's defense.
Yeah.
The receiver actually had the football, but
Had it,
John
got,
Ehret made
got
a
a
great
hand in there
play.
and knocked it away. Yep.
Yeah.
So they're going to operate with 5 wides. You've seen Alexander line up out wide, along with Griffin to the bottom of your screen. 3 men to the top. Cargo keeping it alive. Now he's going to use his
Gotta do
legs.
something.
He's going to run, and he's going to step out of bounds, and that's a good heads-up play by Cargo. Got some yardage.
First down,
then-
he got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
And Starks down behind the play. He's up on his own power now.
He's a player.
He really is. He's impressed me this evening. First
Yes, he
chance I've
has.
really had a chance to see him. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a lot of really good athletes on both sides of the football
Exactly.
this evening, and number 1 in white is among the best of them. He had a pretty good linebacker come through a couple of years ago, Michael Divinity, who's also at LSU now. Cargo lets it fly, and that is intercepted.
I think that's probably
That might be the final nail in this one. That is the sophomore Kane Williams. Kind of playing free safety right there and hauled that one in and returned it to about the 36-yard line.
great play by John Ehret's defense. Playing center field there. Kane Williams came up with a big play to thwart Landry-Walker's attempt at a comeback.
All right, at the 36-yard line, I think basically you need 1 first down right here to wrap this one up.
Yes.
Terrence. Let's see. How the Patriots line up here. They'll still spread it out with 4 wide.
Still must secure the football.
They'll bring the extra men up in the box there looking to stop the run, and they have not been able to really stop Damon Leonard the entire night. He got about 7 on first down.
This kid can play. And as you mentioned, Lenny, he has 1 more year of eligibility left. And that's going to be scary for opponents next year.
Figure they'll let this run as far down as they can. You see the game clock, under 1:50. The play clock is now at 8:76. They will snap it at 2, give it away, and the Landry-Walker defense steps up there big time and makes it stop when they need to have it right there on Damon Leonard for a gain of maybe 1. They're going to call it no gain, it looks like. So it's 3rd down and 3. The line to gain is the 46-yard line, and if they get it, I think that pretty much does it right
Yes,
there. Then
it
you're in
does.
victory formation. Probably will tick under a minute before we snap the football right here. They'll snap it at about 2. Leonard can't get there. He stopped short of the first down by about 2 yards, a gain of 1. I'm not sure you want to punt right here, Terrence. Just saying that, it's
They just let the clock run. They may take this penalty.
Yeah, take the penalty or whatever. But again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure you want to punt the football right here. Too many bad things can happen in a punting game. There's about a 9-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. I think you let this thing run as far down as you can. You're right. You might even just take the delay of game penalty.
Yeah.
Did they call timeout? I believe they did. They called timeout with 8.8 seconds left in this one. I don't know how many 14-point plays there are out there with 8.8 seconds left. Exactly, especially when you don't have the football right now. So there's a lot of different ways you can approach this if you're John Ehret. But the bottom line is the Patriots are going to win this football game, go to 6-1 in a year, 4-0 in the league, snap what was a 23-game district winning streak for Landry-Walker. And it's, going all the way back to the start of the 2015 season when Landry-Walker lost to Chalmette 17-12. This has been a team, Landry-Walker, the district has run through here. And John Ehret with a statement this evening, and I think as much as anything else, look, we talked about Travis Mumphrey, and we talked about Dante Starks, but this was all about Damon Leonard this evening in that offensive line.
And which is good, because now you're saying to your offensive side of the football that we're going to spread the football around. Not only our quarterback is going to be focal point, we got a really nice running back as well.
Leonard will get the first down and then some, and that will do it to the Landry-Walker 43-yard line. A gain of 13 will wrap it up and put a bow on this one. That is it. The far side bench and fans celebrate as John Ehret improves to 6-1 on the season, 4-0 in district. 8-5A, Landry-Walker drops to 3-4 overall and 3-1 in district play. Terrence, your final thoughts on what we saw this evening?
Well, I'll tell you, I love, as you mentioned, we didn't see many of these guys play tonight this season. And the quarterback, I'm very, very impressed with Travis Mumphrey, John Ehret, as well as the quarterback from Landry-Walker, Jaquan Dorsey. I hope he's okay. He got injured early on. But overall, I think, as you mentioned, the game tonight was a battle of offensive willpower, and John Ehret won that battle up between the guards, as I call it, the tunnel. And because their little man, Damon Leonard, definitely was the workhorse tonight, and that proved dividends for them as this game progressed throughout the night. And they took advantage of not only some of Landry-Walker's field position that they gave them, but at the same time, great play calling on John Ehret, offensive side of football.
Terrence, it's good to have you back up here in the booth with us tonight. Terrific game between two outstanding teams who you would think will be in the playoffs. And look, the thing about Landry-Walker is this: I believe they were number 30 in the power ratings coming into the night. Okay, and you figure, they would be favorites to win their next 3 games. They should be all right to get it. If they're a low seed, okay, and they've got to go play somebody on the road, one of these good teams, I'm scared to death of that possibility, because that's a good football team that can really go pop somebody on the road on the first round of the playoffs.
They have the athletes to do so in their offensive threats in both quarterbacks, Cargo as well as Dorsey, because the teams that they may end up playing probably do not understand the type of athleticism those quarterbacks of Landry-Walker possesses. And so thank you for having me. It's always a great time to call games with you tonight, and appreciate it every time.
Our thanks to Terrence Jones. Our thanks to our producer, Chip Merritt, our photographer, Matt Merritt, bringing you all the pictures this evening on what was an outstanding evening of football at Berman Stadium. Once again, your final score, John Ehret 20 and Landry-Walker 6. Folks, remember, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, airtime 6:45. We'll have more high school football here for you. District 9 5A action as Jesuit and Archbishop Rummel meet at Joe Yenny Stadium. Ken Trahan, Phil Greco, Easton Roth will have the call for that one. Until then, this is Lenny Van Gilder. Once again, your final score, John Ehret 20, Landry-Walker 6. Until next time, so long, everybody.